Rebound taken away by Lincoln. Throws it out and taken away from them now quickly down to Lincoln. He goes after the jam! It's time to line them up, tip it off, and get it on. It's basketball action. Monday's going to drive down, get to Miller. Miller for three! Yes, that's a buzzer! Congratulations on this season opening win, and looking forward to seeing you next Tuesday night. 3.8 seconds to go. 56. Don't go anywhere, folks. And he'll pick up Bush at the buzzer! It's good! Clark Range wins! I'm Gary Clark. See you at the game. So we're getting set for basketball action tonight. It's a District 8 AA matchup, taking on the York Lady Dragons and the DeKalb County Lady Tigers in the opening matchup. We'll take a look at this game, plus we'll look at some other games tonight. We'll take a look at the top 10 in the state. We'll also take a look at tomorrow night's games. We'll take a look at the district. We got it all coming up right here on the Progressive Pregame Show.
Cheer this year for all our school teams and activities. Get behind our local schools. Join the Parent Teachers Group and help improve the quality of education. Sponsor school activities. Go to a ball game, hear a concert, reach higher. Progressive Savings Bank, insured by FDIC.
Everything we do, it's true. We do for you.
Getting set for girls action here in this District 8 AA matchup between York and DeKalb County. Now, these two teams have met once this season. York comes into this one 13-6, 5-2 in district play, while DeKalb County comes in 10-10, 3-4 in district play. Now, back on December the 6th down at DeKalb County, it took an extra frame for this one to be decided, as York won that one 54-53 in overtime. York had lost 3 in a row before that matchup, so that was a big win for York. They had a losing streak against DeKalb County before that. Now, since they played each other, York's on a 10-6 run, while DeKalb County on a 7-6 run. They do have some teams in common. The teams in common, DeKalb County is 3-5 against York, 4-4. The 8 AA teams each played Cookeville twice, so those are the teams they have in common. And the average win, York by 26 points, DeKalb County by 13 points. Average loss, York by 9.5, DeKalb County by 18 points in those district and are actually common opponent matchups. So let's look at these two teams, the history between these two teams. We'll take a look at where the other games are tonight. We'll also take a look at the District 8 AA standings. We'll check out the AP Top 10 this week. We got some local teams now. We'll talk about that when we come back, as well as take a look at tomorrow night's action. All that's on the Progressive Pregame Show.
Cheer this year for all our school teams and activities. Get behind our local schools. Join the Parent Teachers Group and help improve the quality of education. Sponsor school activities. Go to a ball game, hear a concert, reach higher. Progressive Savings Bank, insured by FDIC.
Everything we do, it's true. We do for you.
Back here at York Institute, we're getting set for action tonight. York and DeKalb County here at York Institute. Now, also tonight in action, Clark Range is hosting Jackson County. Pickett County is hosting Trousdale County. Red Bull and Springs is at Gordonsville. And Clay County is at Monterey. That's an interesting boys matchup there, folks. That's going to be a big game for Clay County and Monterey boys in that one. Now in 8 AA, Macon County is at Smith County tonight. Those two teams, Macon County girls heavily favored. The boys, that should be a toss-up. Cannon County's on the road at Watertown. Those are toss-up games as well. And Upperman's at Livingston. You got to think the Lady Bees and Bees are the favorites in those two games. Cookeville, meanwhile, is at Warren County. Cumberland County's on the road at Sequatchie County. Ray County's at White County. Wartburg's at Sunbright. Coalfield is at Oakdale. Kingston is at Scott County. If you take a look at the District 8 AA standings right now, Macon County sits atop it. They're 7-0. They beat everybody once. And Upperman is 6-1. Their only loss was, of course, to Macon County. And let's see, York, they lost to Macon County and Upperman. Livingston has lost to Macon, Upperman, and York. They sit at 4-3. DeKalb County's 3-4. They lost to York, Livingston, Upperman, and Macon County. Cannon County, meanwhile, lost to York, Livingston, Upperman, Macon, and DeKalb County. They're at 2-5. And then the number 7 slot is Watertown at 1-6. They've beaten Smith County, and Smith County's 0-7. They ain't beat nobody. So that's a look at the standings in District 8AA. Don't go away. We'll take a look at some state rankings. We got some state-ranked teams in the area. We'll take a look at that when we come back on the Progressive Pregame Show.
Cheer this year for all our school teams and activities. Get behind our local schools. Join the parent-teachers group and help improve the quality of education. Sponsor school activities. Go to a ball game, hear a concert, reach higher. Progressive Savings Bank, insured by FDIC.
Everything we do, it's true. We do for you.
Back here on the Progressive Pregame Show. As we said, there's some top 10 teams in our area, and released on Monday was the top 10 in single A Greenfield. Folks said followed Clark Range last year. Remember, Greenfield is the one that eliminated the Lady Buffaloes last year. They're sitting at number 1. Right now, the Lady Buffaloes are at number 2. Pickett County is at number 3. Loretto is at number 5, and Cloudland is number 6. Now, York beat Cloudland in that Hall's tournament, Hall's Sergeant York Invitational over the Christmas holiday. So York with a win over a single A top 10 team. And if you look in Double A, Macon County sits at number 1 and Upperman's at number 2 in that one. And those both out of District 8AA, the two of the teams that York has lost to. Triple A, Stone Memorial is number 7. Now, York lost twice to Stone. And Stone plays Clark Range tomorrow night out at Clark Range. So if you get a chance, folks, that's coming up tomorrow night. And let's see, Blackman is number 10. Clark Range beat Blackman, number 10 in the AAA, mind you. Clark Range beat them back early in the season in one of those preseason games, or the early season games, I should say. And that was a big win over Blackman by the Lady Buffaloes. Now, a couple of big games coming up tomorrow night. Two teams in action tomorrow night. York, as a matter of fact, back in action tomorrow night. They're taking on Oneida over at Oneida. You know, York manhandled Oneida in that last meeting, and we'll see if they can do that again over at Oneida, while Clark Range will host Stone Memorial tomorrow night, and that one will be a good one. Number 2 single A taking on number 7 in AAA. So that one should be a humdinger out at Clark Range tomorrow night. Well, thank you for joining us for the Progressive Pregame Show. Checking our game time sponsors. They are Clark Range Drug Center, Fitness County Executive Jimmy Johnson, State Representative John Mark Wendell, Hall's Family Pharmacy, Hall Sports and Outdoors, First Volunteer, Gary Maxwell Insurance, Fitness Farmers Co-op, Metathrift Pharmacy, Condition Heating and Cooling, Twin Lakes, Pizza Hut, Southeast Drywall and Construction, and our pre- and post-game shows brought to you by Progressive Savings Bank. Halftime is brought to you by Showtime Ford over in Wartburg. Folks, Fords are cheaper in the country. And our player of the game brought to you by Hall Sports and Outdoors and Hall's Family Pharmacy, our sponsors for the halftime, or I should say our Progressive, or player of the game. I'm going to get it in a minute, folks. I'm going to call it everything now. It's one of those nights, I'm afraid here. We're getting ready for the opening lineups here in just a moment and open ceremonies. We'll have all that coming up, and then we will have the tip-off of tonight's game. Should be a good one. Boys game coming up later. We'll talk about that in between games. That's going to be a good one as well. York has beaten this team once, and we'll see what they do here as I think York bringing out the big flag again. They'll be coming out here in a moment. Now, York going to be playing not shorthanded tonight. They've got Gabby Beatty back, but we'll see how long she can go. She's just coming off the flu, and she seems to be all right so far. So we're seeing her. She talked to her actually earlier today, and she said she was feeling good and ready to go. So hopefully she's ready to go here tonight. We're getting set for our opening ceremonies and our national anthem, and since we can't pick that up, we will take a timeout, and we'll be back for starting lineups here in just a few minutes.
Confidence, the one word you have to have when you choose a pharmacy. And Clark Range Drug Center has worked hard to earn yours. Whether filling a prescription or giving advice on non-prescription medicine or health and beauty aids, Clark Range Drug Center is the place to go for expert advice. Clark Range Drug Center, always earning your confidence.
Whether you're competing on the athletic field or working hard in the classroom, remember you have the support of First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. We're behind you 100% of the way. Good luck to all the area teams. Play tough and play fair. And remember, when it comes to helping you with your banking needs, we're First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And now over and over, it's First Volunteer for you.
Quality workmanship and exceptional customer service have defined Southeastern Drywall and Construction of Jamestown. From custom-built homes, residential construction, remodeling to commercial construction, Southeastern Drywall and Construction is dedicated to providing the best quality at reasonable prices. We're also looking for good carpenters. Call Southeastern Drywall and Construction at 931-267-5435, a proud supporter of sports and education in our area.
This is David Price, your Twin Lakes Business Solutions consultant, wishing you and your family a Happy New Year. At Twin Lakes, we have award-winning fiber broadband network providing superior solutions that allow local businesses to compete on a superior level. With speeds up to 1 gig, that's 1,000 megabits per second, you'll have capacity for cloud-based solutions, video conferencing, and IP phone systems, allowing your people to do what they do best. Start the year off right and give me a call at 931-405-3358 to make sure your business is ready to handle the new year.
The saying goes, new year, new you. Did you know the number one resolution made every year revolves around staying healthy? As a part of your healthcare team, MetaThrift wants to make sure we provide you with ways to meet your goals. One of those ways is to help you take the right medications at the right time. So let us organize them for you with our convenient MedPack strip packaging. MedPacks organize your medications by date and time of day and places them in easy-to-open pouches. This year, stay on track and never miss a dose. The best part, this service is free. For more information, call MetaThrift at 879-8133.
When it comes to watching sports, there's no telling what you'll hear.
No!
But when you order Pizza Hut for the game, you know exactly what you'll hear.
What the? Oh, that looks fantastic.
Your favorite pizza.
Ooh.
Those awesome wings.
What?
Plus sides and desserts.
Yeah.
All waiting at pizzahut.com. So order now, because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Huh. What game?
Product availability, prices, participation, delivery areas, and charges and minimum purchase required for delivery may vary. Delivery charges not a driver tip.
Don't sweat the cold this winter. Carrier has a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable this season without burning your budget. With smart temperature management and remote access options, it's easier than ever to control your home's climate and reduce utility bills without sacrificing comfort. For more complete comfort and greater peace of mind, call Conditioned Heating and Cooling. Carrier, turn to the experts. Call Conditioned Heating and Cooling today and ask about our financing options.
Conditioned heating and cooling.
And back here at York Institute, we're getting set for starting lineups tonight. An outstanding job of our national anthem done tonight as the York ROTC department and cheerleaders brought out the giant flag again. And I think it was Jonah Wright, I believe they said, sang the national anthem. Outstanding job of that young man. All right, folks, it's time to get some starting lineups for tonight's action. First of all, for Coach Danny Fish is the Lady Tigers. Number 11, Emma Caldwell. Caldwell had 9 points the last time these two teams met. Number 4, Maya Rush. She had 8 points she had 13 points last time these two teams met. Megan Walker had 2 points the last time these two teams met. Katie Farrell had only 4 points the last two times. And number 3, Megan Cantrell did not score in the last meeting between these two teams. Now it's time for the house lights to go down and the spotlight to come up. And it's time to meet the York Lady Dragons. The Lady Dragons come in here, the number 3 seed in the district. The Lady Dragons under the direction of Coach Michael Green. And good to see, as we said, Gabby Beatty back out on the bench and ready to going to start tonight. Gabby coming off that bout with a flu. And here we go. They'll be starting Gabby Beatty of the aforementioned. Has been shooting the ball extremely well outside and playing well inside as well. Then you've got the Lady Dragons inside presence. That's Lefevue as Lefevue. Then you've got Sage Smith, Ellie Lefevue, Sage Smith. Sage got to handle the ball well tonight because Cobb County will bring the pressure. Then you got the Rock, Michaela Reagan. Reagan One of those players that can break out and be a big cog in this game tonight. And then the straw that stirs the drink. It is the Comet herself, Haley Johnson, as we're set for basketball action. York and DeKalb County. This is a huge district matchup for these two teams. And as we said, right now, York comes in at 13-6 and 5-2 in district play, while DeKalb County's 10-10 and 3-4 on the year. Time to line them up, tip it off, and get it on. It's going to be Michaela Reagan to jump it up against Megan Walker. Here we go. And we're underway in DeKalb County with the basketball. Rush with it out front. Rush gives it over this time to number 23, Griffin. Or make that 33, not 23. That is Walker with the ball. Walker comes back out front now to Cantrell. Back over to Rush, and they'll set it up. They'll give it inside this time to 32. That is Farrell. Now down in the corner to 33, Walker. Back up front over to Rush. Rush will fire the three. No good. Goes over the top of the backboard, and York will get the basketball back. Rush had the open look, couldn't knock it down, and York will come up with their first possession of the ball game. And here, like we said, we call that full court pressure by the Lady Tigers as the ball comes into Sage. Sage Smith on the run. Sage in the front court. Holds up, pulls up. Sage with the basketball goes inside to Ellie Lefew. Lefew going to drive the lane, puts up the runner. Good. The freshman with the first two of the ball game. And the freshman gets the first two of the night, and York on the scoreboard first. DeKalb County with the basketball. It'll be Walker down to number 11, Caldwell. Caldwell drove, had the layup, couldn't get it to go, and here comes York. Good rebound by Lefew. Back the other way now, Johnson with the basketball. York moving right to left as we speak. Gives it off to Reagan. Reagan drives through out to Beatty. Beatty for a three, and no sign of the flu there as Gabby Beatty just drilled her first one of the night. York up by a nickel early in this one. Rush with the basketball. Now DeKalb County playing without Kenzie France. She had 9 points the last time these two teams met. Not playing here tonight. Now they'll go inside. They get it wide open. Layup for number 32. That is Katie Farrell with DeKalb County's first two of the night. And York will work it in this time to Reagan. Reagan with the basketball. Reagan going to bring it up. Guarded by Farrell. Gives it over now to Sage Smith off to Gabby Beatty. Down low to Reagan. Reagan with the basketball. Inside to Lefew. Lefew going to post up, put it up. She's going to be fouled. And that'll go against Megan Walker. Walker will draw foul number 1 of the ball game. And Ellie will go to the line. Ellie at the line. It's up and good. Lefew knocks the first one down. She'll have one more. Second one rolls and drops. Shooters hop on that one, and York back up by a nickel. Back the other way will come Rush with the basketball. Rush going to work around the screen of Farrell. Drives down, gives it over this time to 33, Walker. Walker with the basketball. Walker drives in, and she's going to be fouled, I believe, by Beatty. They're going to whistle that one against Gabby. Picks up her first. Farrell will put it into play. Farrell gets it into Walker. Walker kicks it out to wide open number 3 for the 3-ball, air ball. As Megan Cantrell put a little too much on it. Now Johnson will try to work it up. Johnson double team. Johnson going to get into front court. Takes it down, dumps it low to Reagan. Reagan will lay it up and in. Good ball movement by the Lady Dragons as they got it through the double team and got the layup. And Coach Danny Fish wants to talk about it. We're 5:25 in, and the Lady Dragons lead it 9-2.
At the first of each year, many insurance companies will send out letters trying to direct customers to a preferred pharmacy, especially the chain pharmacies. Pharmacies pay to get their names on these letters and in turn then make the money back with insurance copays and gimmicks that negatively affect the consumer. At Hall Family Pharmacy, we put a lot of effort into helping our patients find the best insurance plan for them and budgeting their medical expenses each year. Don't be a number at a big pharmacy. Be part of our family. Choose Hall Family Pharmacy. We are proud to be a preferred hometown pharmacy. Come see us today at our locations in Jamestown or Clark Range.
Back to action. York with a 7-point lead early. 5:25 left to go here in quarter number one. And the basketball will come Farrell. Katie Farrell with the basketball, top of the key. Or make that Walker, pardon me. Gives it over now to Cantrell. Down to Rush. They're looking inside for Farrell. Can't get it to her. Now they'll get it over to Cantrell. Off to Caldwell. Caldwell back out front to Rush. Almost taken away by Reagan. Now Reagan going to get knocked down. We got an offensive foul. Good D by Reagan. And Rush just put his shoulder down and pushed her off. 5 minutes, 4 seconds left to go here in quarter number one. York with a 7-point lead in the basketball. They'll work it in this time to Smith. Smith off to Lefevue. Lefevue with the basketball. Lefevue into front court. Ellie with the ball, working it out front. Driving down Lefevue. She'll take it strong to the hoop. Traveling, they say. Good defense that time by Megan Walker as she stepped in front, caused her to take the steps. So back comes DeKalb County. We've almost went half a quarter into DeKalb County with a deuce in the game. 9-2 your score. Ball goes over this time to Farrell. Farrell looking out front, goes over now to Walker. Walker down the corner to Rush. Rush off to Cantrell for a three. Good. Megan Cantrell knocks down the three ball. It's a 4-point game. York with the ball. Into front court comes Johnson. Johnson with the basketball. Johnson comes around the pick, drives all the way and lays it up and good. Laid up with the left hand. Good move by Haley. And York back up by 6. Front court will come Rush. Rush gives it over to Farrell. Or make that Walker. He'll lob it down to Farrell. Farrell going to try to take it up strong. Does. Gets her own rebound. Goes back up. Gets her own rebound. This time has it stripped and knocked away off of Farrell. Good hands by Ellie Lefevue. Farrell got 2 follow-ups on it. Had 3 attempts. Couldn't get none of them to drop. And then York blocks it. And it goes off her leg out of bounds. Back will come Sage Smith. Sage into front court. Sage over to the left side. Gives it off this time to Johnson. Johnson with the basketball. Johnson will reset it. Johnson with the ball. Johnson looking inside to Lefevue. Takes it to Lefevue. Lefevue going to power it up and score. Ellie Lefevue with 6 to start this ball game. And the Lady Dragons now by 8. Rush with the basketball. Rush, top of the key, goes over to Caldwell. Caldwell back out front now to Walker. Over to Rush. Rush with the ball. Gives it up this time to Farrell. Farrell going to drive all the way to rack and score. Katie Farrell, a nice move. She's got 4 in the quarter. And it's back to a 6-point ball game. 3 minutes left to go here in quarter number one. Johnson with the basketball crossing the timeline. Haley with the ball. Haley drives. She'll put up the laner. No good. Rebound pulled down by Farrell. Katie Farrell with the basketball out to Rush, and Rush will drop it off now to Caldwell. Caldwell going to stop and pop, and that's way off. Rebound pulled down by Sage Smith. Sage going to bring it. Sage beats the pressure. Long pass up to Reagan. Reagan has to bring it back out. Gives it off to Smith. Smith with the basketball. Sage out front. Working it right side. Looking inside, goes inside to Lefevue. And Lefevue going to be called for the charge. Ellie put her shoulder down that time and pushed her way through. And I'll bring Hall off the bench. Millie Hall coming in for the first time. And it's 13-7, and with the basketball will come DeKalb County. Rush with the ball. Rush working it out front, gives it over to Caldwell. Caldwell for 3, no good. Rebound, going to have a foul on Farrell. Katie Farrell went over the back of Johnson, and they'll go the other way. York with the basketball. They'll work it in. Hall gives it in to Smith. Smith with the basketball. Sage going to bring it herself. Sage into front court. Sage to the right side. Sage works it over, gives it off now to Johnson. Reagan, I should say. Reagan down into Johnson. Johnson going to spin against Farrell, puts it up. No good, and we're going to have a foul on somebody. And they're going to whistle that one against Megan Walker, and that's Walker's second. Walker with 2 early. Under 2 minutes left to go here in quarter number one. York with the ball. Smith out to bring it in. Gets it into Beatty. Gabby with the basketball. Drops it down low to Johnson. Back out to Smith. Smith going to drive the lane all the way and puts up the lane. Rolls out. Oh, looked like he's going to go down, but it rolls out, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Millie Hall. That one went everywhere but down for Sage as it wouldn't fall in, and now back the other way. We got a substitution coming in. Number 23, Gracie Griffin in for the first time. Gracie Griffin. 1:44 comes into the ball game. Griffin comes in for the first time tonight as with the basketball Rush. Rush gives it over to Farrell. Farrell off to Griffin. He'll work it down low. Rush on the cut, lays it up and in. Good move by Maya Rush. And that'll bring Canancer off the bench as Johnson with the basketball. We're down to a 4-point ball game. 80 seconds left to go here in quarter number one. They'll give it to Sage with the basketball. Sage working out front against Cantrell. Now Sage going to drive the lane, send it out to Beatty. Beatty looks through, won't take it. Now Beatty going to drive through, and Beatty's going to be called for carrying it. York turns it over, and back comes the Lady Tigers, as it will be Lily coming in, and Reagan comes out. Lily can answer in the ball game for the first time. 1 minute left to go here in quarter number one. 13-9 your score with the basketball Rush. Rush works it over, gives it back into Caldwell. Caldwell sends it out to Farrell, off to Cantrell for a three. No good, and that one picked up, a loose ball picked up by Canancer, and they're going to whistle a foul. That's going to go against Cantrell. That's going to be the 15th foul on DeKalb County here in the first quarter. York will keep the basketball. Blevins checks in. Beatty will come out. Ball comes into Smith. Smith with the basketball. Smith brings it up. Smith works it into front court. Sage, good job handling the ball. Gives it over to Johnson. Johnson with the basketball. DeKalb County certainly not wanting Johnson to handle the ball. Now Johnson going to cut the lane. Drive through, has it stripped, and we're going to have a foul on Farrell. 16 fouls on DeKalb County early. It'll be Johnson bringing in, or Smith bringing in to Johnson. Johnson takes it up and under, no good. Rebound Hall. Can't hang on to it though, and then it's Caldwell comes away. We're going to have it knocked out of bounds by Lily Canancer. Canancer got in there and tried to take the ball away and tips it out of bounds. So with 20 seconds left to go in quarter number one, here come the Lady Tigers with a chance to cut the lead down. Trailing by 4, they'll give it down to Cantrell. Back up front to Rush. Rush with the basketball. Rush over to Griffith. Griffith for a three. Won't go. Good box out that time by Lily Canancer. Lily Canancer boxed out and got Farrell out of the road, and that'll end the quarter. We're through one, end of one. It is York 13, DeKalb County 9.
The Gary Maxwell Insurance Office offering area insurance is located at 300 West Central Avenue in Jamestown. Get a free quote for your home, auto, life, or business with no obligation to buy. Call 879-1251. Shane Beatty, Katie Cooper, Tammy Robbins, and Brad Rains agents, along with Jeff Robbins, manager, will be happy to assist you. That's Gary Maxwell Insurance, located 300 West Central Avenue with locations in Livingston, Cookeville, and Gainesboro.
Whether you're competing on the athletic field or working hard in the classroom, remember you have the support of First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. We're behind you 100% of the way. Good luck to all the area teams. Play tough and play fair. And remember, when it comes to helping you with your banking needs, we're First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And now over and over, it's First Volunteer for you.
Quarter number one is history in this 8AA matchup, and it belonged to the York Lady Dragons as they lead 13-9 at the end of one. York with the basketball to start this second quarter. Lefevue and Beatty back in the ball game, as well as Reagan. Ball comes in to Beatty. Beatty off to Johnson. Johnson stops, gives it back over to Beatty. Gabby with the basketball. Gabby going to drive in, drop it off to Reagan. Reagan will take it again in the middle of the lane. Kicks it low to Lefevue. Lefevue spins, puts it up, no good. Gets her own rebound, but goes out of bounds with it. Out of bounds back to DeKalb County. We've been stuck at 13-9 for a while. As back the other way now will come Rush. Rush with the ball, gives it over to Farrell. Farrell out to Cantrell for a three, no good. Rebound Johnson. Johnson going to bring it. Johnson with the basketball, front court. Holds up, pulls up. Johnson going to drive in now. Takes it in the lane where she's got double teamed, and it's going to be a miss on her part as taking it away was Farrell. Farrell out quickly to Cantrell. She's going to launch it again. Cantrell's not gun shy, folks. Cantrell's going to try to light it up every time when she comes down the floor. Getting ready to come in now. Number 12 will be Hannah Winningham getting ready to come in. Out front is Smith. Sage with the basketball. Comes around the pick. Now Sage got the lane. Drives. Puts it up over Caldwell. No good. Rebound Caldwell. Caldwell looking for an outlet. Gets it out to Farrell. Farrell going to bring it. She's got a 3-on-2. Farrell's going to push it up quickly to Cantrell, and she's going to shoot again, folks, and she hits this time. That's what you got to do if you're a shooter. You got to be able to shoot all the time, and she does just that. She drains the three ball. York now with the ball, leading by 1. York with the basketball, leading by 1. They'll give down the corner to Beatty. Beatty to right answer, no good. Rebound Katie Farrell, and DeKalb County can take their first lead of the night. Farrell going to take it on the run. Tried to kick it out. When she did, she took a step with it. Turnover by Farrell. And back come the Lady Dragons, leading by 1. 6:12 left to go here in quarter number 2. This game went to overtime down in DeKalb County. York a little bit of a favorite here at home. Johnson with the basketball. Haley to the right side, drives down, gives it off to Smith. Back to Johnson. Johnson looking to drive. She'll take it all the way through. Johnson drives the entire baseline. Not looking for Lefevue. Gives it out front instead to Reagan. Reagan will drop it low to Beatty. Beatty has trouble handling. Gets it up with it. Kicks it out to Smith. Off to Johnson. Johnson for 3. No good. Rebound Caldwell. And Caldwell's going to be fouled. One official called a jump, but the back official is going to call Lefevue for her second. Now, I knew the back official was going to take that call by the way he looked. He didn't like the fact the other official called the jump ball. DeKalb County with a chance once again to take the lead. York has led the entire way so far. Lead by 1 right now as Rush will bring it across the timeline. Rush with the ball over to number 13 in the game. And that is Crook in the game. With the ball is Winningham. Winningham down to Crook. Crook traveled with it. Crook took that stutter step and turns it right back over to York. And the Lady Dragons will bring back the other way. Millie will bring it in. Millie Hull will set it into play. Works it in to Johnson. Johnson with the basketball. Johnson going to walk it across the timeline. Johnson out front. Gives it over to Lefevue. Lefevue with the ball. Down inside to Reagan. Reagan, the turnaround won't go. Rebound Caldwell. York yet to score in this quarter. They'll get it up front now to Rush. Neither team blistering the nets. We're down to 5 minutes to go in the quarter. Rush with the ball, drives in, gives it over this time to Farrell. Farrell off to Crook, down to Winningham. Back up front now to Caldwell. Gives it over to Farrell. Farrell looking to drive, kicks it out to Winningham. She'll line up the 3 ball short. Rebound pulled down by Johnson. Johnson with the ball, and we got a timeout called by York. Timeout on the floor. 4:37 to go in the second. It's a 1-point York lead.
Quality workmanship and exceptional customer service have defined Southeastern Drywall and Construction of Jamestown. From custom-built homes, residential construction, remodeling to commercial construction, Southeastern Drywall and Construction is dedicated to providing the best quality at reasonable prices. We're also looking for good carpenters. Call Southeastern Drywall and Construction at 931-267-5435. A proud supporter of sports and education in our area.
4:37 left to go right here in quarter number 2, headed toward halftime. York with a 1-point lead. York yet to get on the scoreboard in this quarter. They've actually been outscored 3-0 here in this quarter, as DeKalb County has 3 points, so neither team going to have to restring the nets after this quarter. As Sage with the basketball, Smith working it right side, right wing, makes a move against Winningham, drives in, kicks it over to Canancer, inside to Johnson. Johnson will take it strong up, no good. Long rebound going to be knocked out, almost out of bounds. It's going to be a jump ball between Lauren Choate and Emmy Caldwell. It'll go to DeKalb County on the off-name possession. No, I've never noticed Lauren come in, Lily come in as well. As with the basketball now will come Rush. 4 minutes left to go in the quarter. And we're going to have a moving pick on number 13, Crook. Crook run along. They tried to run a set of running pick on that one. And it's going to be foul number 1 on her. 4:07 left to go here in quarter number 2, headed toward halftime. Johnson with the basketball. Johnson looking to drive, drives down, gives it out to Choate. Choate back to Johnson. Johnson in the corner, brings it up the wing. Johnson going to drive in, puts up the runner, good. Johnson gets the first 2 of the second quarter for York and has 4 on the night. 3-point ball game. Out front, Rush. Rush working it. Gives it off to Crook. Crook with the basketball. Leaves it over now for Farrell. Farrell off to Winningham. Winningham back to Farrell. Farrell with the ball. Trying to make it, gives it out to Crook. Crook for a 3. Good. Crook drains the 3, and we're tied. 15-15 your score. York being outscored 6-2 in this quarter. Johnson with the ball. Johnson drives in, puts up the runner. No good. Rebound Hull. Hull needs to stick it back up and in and does. Good move by Millie on that one. She gets the 2, and York back by Dukes. With the basketball, Winningham goes down inside to Crook. Crook's going to spin in, and Crook's going to be hammered by Choate. Lauren's going to get her money's worth on that one as she hammered Crook. Crook going to step to the line for a pair of them here. 2:53 left to go here in quarter number 2. First free throw, good. That one got the shooter's opposite, hit the back of the iron, and then popped straight up and went in. She'll set for the second one. It's up. It's good as well. She hits both ends of it. And we're tied at 17 apiece. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. York has not trailed in this first half. With the ball, Smith. Sage Smith to the right side. Sage looking to drive. Takes it over right side. Brings it back, gives it off to Johnson. Haley with the basketball. Out front now to Smith. Sage with the ball. Sage gives it over now to Johnson. Back to Smith. Drops it low to Hull. Hull has trouble hanging on to it. Goes to the floor after it kicks it over. Good job. Gets it out to Hull. Hull swinging out to Johnson. Good hustle by Hull on that one. Got it over to Choate. Choate got it back out to Johnson. Now to Smith, right side. They're trying to post up Johnson inside. Caldwell's dropping back into double team, though. Now double team, they'll get a wide open Choate, and it's going to be a foul on Caldwell. Caldwell got over there late and draws the foul. Emmy Caldwell will have her first of the ball game, and that'll send Lauren Choate to the line. Lauren looking to break the tie. Got 2 free throws coming. First one, good. She'll have one more. 1 point York lead. 2:04 left to go in the first half. Second one, good. Lauren hits both ends of it. It's a 2-point lead now for the Lady Dragons with 2 minutes exactly left to play in the first half. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, we'll have the halftime stats brought to you by Showtime Ford. Out front, Caldwell. Caldwell's going to drive in. Leaves it off for Farrell. Katie Farrell around the pick. Takes it to the left side. Stops. She pulls up for a 2. Air ball. Rebound pulled away by Canancer. Canancer gets it over to Smith, and Sage will bring it the other way. Sage in the front court. Out front to Johnson. Haley with the basketball. 94 seconds. Haley steps back for a 3. Good. Haley Johnson with a big 3 ball there, and York pulls out to a 5-point advantage with 80 seconds to go in the half. DeKalb County with the basketball. Gives it out front to Caldwell. Caldwell for a three. No good. Rebound Sage Smith. We're going to have a foul on Crook. Crook comes sailing in, picks up foul number 2. And York will get to Blevins into the ball. Blevins will come in, and out will come Canancer. 73 seconds left to go. It'll be 1-1 now for Sage Smith. Dekalb County tied it. It was tied at 17. York now on a 5-0 run. And it'll stay a 5-0 run as she missed the front end of the 1-1. Rebound pulled by Caldwell. Long pass out front to Winningham. Winningham to Caldwell. Caldwell back to Winningham for a three. Good. Winningham drops the 3 ball down. And it's a 2-point game. Under a minute left to go here in quarter number 2. With the ball is Johnson. Johnson to the left side. Gives it back out front now to Smith. Smith with the ball. Drives in, gives it over to Schode. Schode out front to Blevins. Blevins off to Johnson. Canancer getting ready to come back in. Johnson over down to Smith. Smith right side looking for Schode inside. Goes inside to Lauren Schode. She'll take it up. Blocked. It's going to be out of bounds off of Dekalb County. Whole lot of contact on that one. Canancer going to come back in, and Blevins going to come back in. Beatty's going to check back in as well. And no, they're not going to let her come in. They're going to say she has to wait. Ball gets lobbed into Johnson. Johnson takes it up. Rolls off the rim. No good. Rebound fall for Schode, and then it's going to be tied up. Good hustle by Rush to come in tired up. It stays York basketball. Beatty will check in. Gabby coming in, and Canancer comes back out. Smith to bring it in. Smith looking for somebody. Throws it in out front to Schode. Schode with the ball off to Johnson. 20 seconds. Back to Smith. Down to Smith. Smith drives in, gives it over to Beatty. Gabby with the ball right side. 10 seconds. They'll start their offense. They'll lob it into Hall. Good catch by Hall. Dumps it off to Schode. Schode lays it up and in. Pretty move by Lauren Schode. Back the other way, firing it up is Winningham. No good. We're at halftime. Halftime of this one, the York Lady Dragons hold a 4-point lead. It's 24-20 at the half.
The saying goes, new year, new you. Did you know the number one resolution made every year revolves around staying healthy? As a part of your healthcare team, MetaThrift wants to make sure we provide you with ways to meet your goals. One of those ways is to help you take the right medications at the right time. So let us organize them for you with our convenient MedPack strip packaging. MedPacks organize your medications by date and time of day and places them in easy-to-open pouches. This year, stay on track and never miss a dose. The best part, this service is free. For more information, call MetaThrift at 879-8133.
It's time now for the Showtime Ford halftime, and we'll take a time out for this word from Showtime Ford over in Wartburg, and we'll be back to take a look at the half right after this.
Are you looking for a dealership that is big on honesty and integrity? Are you looking for a dealership that treats you like family? Or maybe you're just looking for the best deal. Well, folks, look no further. Hello, everyone. This is Melissa Sells. My husband, Derek, and I would like to invite you to the all-new Showtime Ford in Wartburg. Yes, we know it's 2020, but we have some leftover 219 units that just need to go, like a new 219 Ford Expedition with discounts up to $12,000, or a 219 Ford Escape with up to $6,000 off. And if it's an Edge you're looking for, we have savings of $7,500. And let's not forget about America's best-selling truck, the Ford F-150, with discounts up to $7,000. Here at Showtime Ford, we offer award-winning parts and service department with knowledgeable staff ready to handle all of your parts and service needs. Remember, folks, if you're looking for a car, we're the best by far. Need a truck? We can hook you up. So come on by the all-new Showtime Ford. Give us a call at 1-877-NEW-FORD or visit us online at ShowtimeFord.com.
Back here at halftime of this one, and our halftime stats brought to you by Showtime Ford in Wartburg. Taking a look at our scoring in this one, Haley Johnson has 7 points for York, 6 for Ellie Lefevue, 4 in the game for Lauren Schode, a big one there at the buzzer, or just before the buzzer in that first half. 3 each for Gabby Beatty, or actually 3 for Gabby Beatty, 2 each for Millie Hull and Michaela Reagan. As far as fouls, York has 1 on Beatty, 2 on Lefevue, 1 on Schode, is their tire foul situation. Now for DeKalb County, they are paced by Hannah Winningham with 6, 5 for Summer Crook in the game, 4 for Katie Farrell, 2 for Maya Rush, I should say, and 3 in the game for Hannah Winningham. Foul situations, Caldwell has 1, Farrell has 2, Crook has 2, Rush has 1, Megan Walker has 2, and Megan Cantrell 1 in this first half. York outscored DeKalb County 13-9 in the first quarter. Both teams put up 11 points in the second quarter, so we still have a 4-point York lead at the half, 24-20. As both teams really got off to a slow start in this game and didn't shoot well either, the quarters for that matter, but they did come back, and we have got a halftime score of 24-20. DeKalb County has never led in this game. They've tied it on a couple of occasions, but cannot take back the lead. It was tied at 17 apiece, but York then outscored them 7-3 in that last run, so that gives York this 4-point advantage here at the half. Our halftime stats being brought to you by the good folks at Showtime Ford. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back in a few minutes to start the second half.
Are you looking for a dealership that is big on honesty and integrity? Are you looking for a dealership that treats you like family? Or maybe you're just looking for the best deal? Well, folks, look no further. Hello, everyone. This is Melissa Sells. My husband, Derek, and I would like to invite you to the all-new Showtime Ford in Wartburg. Yes, we know it's 2020, but we have some leftover 219 units that just need to go, like a new 219 Ford Expedition with discounts up to $12,000, or a 219 Ford Escape with up to $6,000 off. And if it's an Edge you're looking for, we have savings of $7,500. And let's not forget about America's best-selling truck, the Ford F-150, with discounts up to $7,000. Here at Showtime Ford, we offer award-winning parts and service department with knowledgeable staff ready to handle all of your parts and service needs. Remember, folks, if you're looking for a car, we're the best by far. Need a truck? We can hook you up. So come on by the all-new Showtime Ford. Give us a call at 1-877-NEW-FORD or visit us online at ShowtimeFord.com.
And back here, we're getting ready for second half action to get underway. York with a 4-point lead in this one. We knew it'd be a good one as these two teams played to overtime down at DeKalb County. And we'll see what that second half has for us in store here as York comes back out with their starters. You got Beatty, Lefevue, Smith, Johnson, and Reagan. And let's see, I believe it will be York basketball, or actually it's going to be DeKalb County basketball to start this second half. York will be moving left to right in this second half while DeKalb County will be moving right to left. DeKalb County comes back with their starters as well. You got Rush, Cantrell, you've got also Farrell, Caldwell, and Walker in the ball game. Here we go, second half of this one. Big District 8 AA matchup. Rush with the basketball around the right side. Rush going to drive down, kicks it out to Cantrell. Back up front now to Caldwell. Caldwell will leave it for Rush. Rush with the basketball left side. Dishes it off down to Farrell. Farrell back out front to Caldwell. Caldwell for a three, no good. Rebound sailing in was Farrell to get it out to Cantrell. Cantrell for a three, way off the mark. Rebound brought down this time by Beatty. Gabby will get it over to Johnson. Here come the Lady Dragons. York with the basketball. Leading by 4. Johnson out front, picked up by Rush. Cavs been a solid man-to-man all night. They get down into Johnson. Johnson, the left side, try to go inside to Beatty, and it's kicked away by Rush. Good D by Rush to kick that one away. It will remain York basketball. They'll work it in far side. And ball comes into Beatty. Gabby with the ball back out to Lefevue. Lefevue looking inside for Johnson. We're going to have another kick ball, this time on Caldwell. Caldwell kicked it. And it'll be worked in this time to Johnson. Johnson with the ball. York out front. Johnson working it. Johnson, top of the key. Johnson left side, drives in, gives it off to Reagan. Reagan inside to Beatty. Gabby turns in the lane. Doubles and gets off to Johnson. Reagan puts up no good. Rebound Lefevue, and Lefevue going to be tied up. Good hustle by Caldwell. Or no, not Caldwell, but actually Cantrell came in and tied that one up. Johnson with the basketball. Gives it in to Reagan. Reagan off to Beatty. Beatty looks three, won't take it. It's back to Johnson. Johnson guarded by Farrell. Johnson going to drive into a double team, and she's going to be fouled. And we'll see who they call it against. Is it going to be before the shot or not? It will be. It'll go against number 11, Emmy Caldwell, her second of the ball game. They'll work it into Johnson. Or to Reagan. Reagan going to give it out front now to Beatty. Beatty will drive in, put up the runner, good. Gabby Beatty with a nickel on the night, and the Lady Dragons have a 6-point buffer. Back the other way will come Farrell with the basketball. Out front with it. She'll kick it over to Caldwell. Caldwell left side drives in. Now kicks it back up to Cantrell. They'll cross it over to Walker. Walker going to drive against Beatty, and we're going to have a hand check on Beatty. Gabby going to pick up her second. It'll remain DeKalb County basketball. That wasn't a bad foul because had she not, it would have been Caldwell getting the layup. Now ball comes into Caldwell. Caldwell out to Walker. Walker off to Farrell. Out quickly to Cantrell, and Cantrell travel with it. Cantrell shuffled her feet before she put it down. Turns it over, and back come the Lady Dragons. York with the 6-point lead in the ball. They'll work it into Johnson this time. Johnson going to bring it slowly across the timeline. Johnson in front court. Johnson with the basketball. Johnson right side. Johnson gives it out to Smith. Smith with the ball. Smith working around Johnson. Smith with the ball. Works it over the left side. Back out front now to Beatty. Gabby with the basketball. Goes inside left. You knocked away. Stolen by Caldwell. Rush comes out with it. Rush with the basketball. Rush going to bring it into front court. Gives it over to Cantrell. Cantrell pass inside, knocked away. Rush couldn't get to it. And back the other way will come Johnson. Johnson looking to drive, gives it out to Smith. Smith down to Johnson. Johnson inside left you up. Can't get the shot to drop. Rebound Beatty. Beatty back up, and she's fouled by Cantrell. Cantrell, I believe, has picked up her second. And that'll send Gabby to the line. Both teams struggling to start every quarter, and neither one of them are able to find the range. Free throw by Beatty is good. She's got 3 in the quarter, 6 on the night. Out will come Cantrell. Back in will come Crook. Back of the line, Beatty. Second one, no good. Rebound pulled this time by Farrell. Farrell over to Walker. Walker on the run. Walker gives it out to Rush. Rush has to run it down. They slip through her hands. Gives it off to Farrell. Farrell's going to drive the baseline. She'll score, and she's fouled. Katie Farrell's got 6 on the night, and that's going to be the third on Gabby Beatty. That'll bring Hull back into the lineup, and Farrell going to go for the natural 3. Cuts it back to a 5-point game. She can cut it to 4 with this one. Katie Farrell at the line. Free throw, no good. Rebound taken away by Caldwell, and it's going to be tied up. Good hustle by Reagan. And it goes to DeKalb County on the alternating possession. DeKalb County keeps the basketball, trailing by 5. This time, Rush will put it into play. Rush into Walker. Walker off to Farrell. Farrell right wing. Farrell looking to drive, backs it out. Now Farrell kick it in, take it over to Rush, left side. Rush going to drive the lane, puts up the runner, air ball. Saved in, but it's going to be not saved in as it goes off of Katie Farrell. Farrell touched it last, and back come the Lady Dragons with a 5-point lead in the ball. 4:45 left to go here in quarter number 3, 27-22. York by 5. Ball comes in Lefevue gives it over to Reagan. Reagan will drive it all the way down the right side. Reagan with the ball. Looking to get into Hull, can't get it. Now gives it out Smith. She comes around the pick of Lefevue. Lefevue looking, trying to go inside. Over to Johnson. Johnson working it out front. Johnson with the basketball over now to Hull. Hull gives it back to Johnson. Johnson for a 3. No good. Rebound pulled by Farrell. Farrell gets bumped and she loses it out of bounds. Farrell lost the handle on it. As good D that time by Reagan and Lefevue. They got her in a trap and she bounced it off her leg out of bounds. Ball comes in this time to Reagan. Reagan with the ball. Reagan around the pick, gives it over to Johnson. Johnson down inside, picked off this time as stepping out in front was Katie Farrell, and here come the Lady Tigers. Farrell in the front court. Farrell going coast to coast, puts it up, partially blocked. Rebound Johnson. Johnson going to bring it. Johnson with the ball, gets in the front court. Johnson going to drive down all the way in, puts it up. She's going to be fouled, and that one's going against Rush. And that should be the second on my Rush. And that'll send Johnson to the line. Haley's got 7 on the night. Make it 8. Lefevue will come out of the game, and back in will come Lily Canancer. Second free throw coming up for Johnson. Second one, no good. Rebound taken away by DeKalb County. 6-point ball game. Walker with the ball, and they come into front court, and we're going to have a timeout call by DeKalb County. Timeout on the floor, 3:35 to go here in the third. It's 28-22, York.
Twin Lakes would like to thank all of our customers who participated in the 12 Days of Giving holiday giveaway and congratulate all of those who won. The 12 Days of Giving was about spreading holiday cheer this season by giving away Fire Sticks, gift cards, Fitbits, Roombas, and much more to Twin Lakes customers. We enjoyed seeing all the Facebook comments and reactions, and we hope you enjoyed it just as much as we did. To learn more about what Twin Lakes can do for you, your family, and your business, visit us online at www.twinlakes.net.
Ventures Farmers Co-op, your local hometown store, proudly supporting our hometown Buffaloes and Dragons. Co-op wishes you a winning season, one game at a time. Co-op, your first choice for farm, home, lawn and garden, and a gift shop for giving and decorating needs. Co-op, serving this area for 70 years with quality products. That's your Co-op, located just 2 miles south of Jamestown.
Back to action. It will be DeKalb County basketball. We'll get back underway. The Lady Dragons with a 6-point advantage in this one. As York will see DeKalb County working in far side. It'll come into Rush. Rush with the basketball. Rush top of the key, right side. Rush going to drive down, and Rush is going to be fouled. And who are they going to call that one against? A lot of fouls called here in this ball game. That'll go against Lady Dragons, Sage Smith. Sage has her first of the ball game. DeKalb County with the ball. They'll bring it in to Walker. Walker, the little jumper, no good. Rebounds on the floor, and it's going to be a jump ball between Johnson and Rush, and it goes to the Lady Dragons on the alternating possession. York with the basketball in the 6-point lead. 3:20 to go here in the third. Another quarter, neither team has really torn the nets up. As with the basketball is Canancer, right side. Canancer back out front to Hull. Hull with the ball over to Choate. Choate right wing. And we're going to have a foul on, looks like they're going to call that one against. Going to call that one against Lily Canancer. Lily Canancer, an illegal pick down low. And DeKalb County with the ball coming back the other way with 3 minutes to go in the half. Back the other way with the ball out front is Farrell. Farrell going to try to take it against Johnson, doesn't score. Katie Farrell's got 8 on the night, and we got a 4-point ball game. Back the other way, driving in is Johnson, and Johnson will get it, and she's fouled. Haley said, I can play that game as well, and that'll go against Caldwell, her third. So into the game now will come Beatty back in, and Canancer will sit down. York by 6, and Johnson can make it 7. Farrell took it hard against Johnson, and Johnson returned the favor on the other end, and she gets the and one and drains it. York by 7, 31-24. 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. With the basketball now is Farrell. Farrell down the corner to Walker. Walker a long three. Megan Walker's first points of the night right when DeKalb County needed them. Back the other way now will come York with the basketball. Driving up Johnson all the way to the rack and good. Johnson just blowing past Rush. And it is back the other way now. DeKalb County with the ball. Lefty getting ready to come back in now. Rush is going to drive, and Rush is going to be fouled by Johnson. Johnson will have her first of the night, and Rush will go to charity stripe.
Number 3, Johnson.
And at the line, Rush hits the front end of it. 33-28, a 5-point York lead. Can be cut to 4 if you can hit this one. And she does. You talk about a shooter's hop, folks. You see that on video, you'll see what a true shooter's hop looks like. One halftime score to give you. Clay County was leading Monterey by 7 at the half down at Monterey tonight. With the basketball now, York's Johnson drives in, gives it out to Smith. Sage will drive in the lane, spins it out to Johnson. Johnson with the basketball. Over to Smith. Smith, and there's a push on Crook. Crook just absolutely got up on the back of Lefevue and shoved her. That one I can see from up here. With 102 seconds, it's going to be York bringing it in on the end. Crook trying to guard Lefevue, just outman there as Johnson now will take it up. Tried to force it up, partially blocked. Rebound taken away by Walker, and here comes DeKalb County. Minute and a half left to go in the third. Winningham, who checked in a moment ago, is in there. Gives it over to Walker. Walker down to Crook. Crook going to drive. Crook takes it up, and Crook's fouled by Beatty. And Gabby's just picked up her fourth. That's 4 on Beatty. That'll bring Blevins into the game. Out of the line will be Crook. Free throw good. Crook's got 6 on the night. It's a 3-point game. Beatty's got to come out now. Gabby with 4 fouls and $1.25 to go in the third. Back of the line, Crook. Second one, no good. Rebound pulled by Lefevue. York with a 3-point lead in the basketball. 80 seconds to play in the third. Johnson with the ball, left side, brings it back out. Johnson working it, drives in against Rush, gives it out to Lefevue. Lefevue will start the drive. Now Lefevue's going to bounce it off her leg, and I'm not going to lie, folks, I didn't see that foul. I ain't going to lie, I didn't see the foul like called on Megan Walker. It did look like Lefevue bounced that one out of bounds, but we'll take it. York with the basketball, looking to bring it in. They'll get it into Blevins. Blevins out to Johnson. Johnson going to drive the lane, swings it out to Smith. Smith around the peg. Works it down, pulls it up. Looks for Smith, gives it to Johnson. Johnson will drive down, cut off. Back out to Smith for a 3. No good. Long rebound going to go out of bounds back to DeKalb County. Smith had the wide open 3, just couldn't get to drop. And now back the other way will come DeKalb County with a chance to tie this game with a 3 ball. Front court walks Rush. 40 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Rush with the ball. Rush going to drive in, gives it out to 33, Walker. Actually, she gave it out to Farrell, and Farrell threw one to Walker right between her legs as Farrell threw that right at her feet, and it went between her legs out of bounds. York by 3 with the basketball. 27 seconds left to go in the quarter. And they're going to work it over right side to Smith. Smith working against Winningham. Drives down, and we're going to have a push foul on Winningham. That'll be Hannah Winningham's first of the ball game. But that is the 17th foul on DeKalb County, so Sage will go to the line for a 1-1. Caldwell going to re-enter. At the line, Sage. First one good. Her first point of the night. Reagan comes in for Blevins. Winningham comes out as the back end goes Caldwell. 17.5 seconds to go. It's a 4-point game. 5-point game as Sage knocks them both down. And we got 17 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Rush taking their time coming up the floor down to 12. They'll give it over to Farrell. Farrell against Johnson. Farrell looking drive, makes a nice move, drives it, she's going to be fouled. And that one will go against Johnson. That was a pretty move by Farrell. Made a nice move, drove to the rack. And Katie Farrell will have a pair of them here. Hall going to come back in. First one, no good. Farrell's 0 for 2 on the night. Reagan comes out, and Hull checks back in the lineup. 6 seconds going quarter. Second free throw, good. Farrell hits 1 out of 2. Back the other way, Smith with the ball. Smith in the front court, down to 2 seconds. Smith going to drive, puts it up, loses the hand line out of bounds, and that'll end the quarter. We're through 3, end of 3. It is York, a 35. DeKalb County, 31.
The Gary Maxwell Insurance Office offering area insurance is located at 300 West Central Avenue in Jamestown. Get a free quote for your home, auto, life, or business with no obligation to buy. Call 879-1251. Shane Beatty, Katie Cooper, Tammy Robbins, and Brad Raines agents, along with Jeff Robbins, manager, will be happy to assist you. That's Gary Maxwell Insurance, located 300 West Central Avenue with locations in Livingston, Cookeville, and Gainsboro.
When it comes to watching sports, there's no telling what you'll hear.
No!
But when you order Pizza Hut for the game, you know exactly what you'll hear.
What the? Oh, that looks fantastic.
Your favorite pizza.
Ooh.
Those awesome wings.
What?
Plus sides and desserts.
Yeah.
All waiting at pizzahut.com. So order now, because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Huh. What game?
Product availability, prices, participation, delivery areas, and charges and minimum purchase required for delivery may vary. Delivery charge is not a driver tip.
Well, both teams put up 11 points in that quarter, and it's still a 4-point York lead as we start the final frame. DeKalb County with the ball. They'll come back with Walker, Rush. You've got Crook. You've got Farrell, and you've got Caldwell in the ball game as Rush with the ball gives it over now to Farrell. Farrell guarded by Lefevue. Farrell's going to take it hard. Rang blocked by Lefevue. Good play by Ellie Lefevue. Ellie with the block. Back the other way. Johnson with the ball drops it down to Reagan. Reagan puts it up. She's going to be fouled by Farrell, and Farrell didn't like the call. That'll be 3 on her. And Michaela will go to the line. Michaela got a couple of points on the night, but she'll have a pair of them here. Farrell picks up foul number 3. Reagan. Good. Michaela drills the first one. It's a 5-point York lead. Can push it to 6. And does. 6-point advantage now for York, 37-31. 7:40 left to go here in quarter number 4. Final frame of this one in regulation. York by 6. DeKalb County's Farrell with the ball. Farrell looking to make a move against Lefevue. Gives it over instead to Crook. Crook will drive the baseline, and Crook's going to be fouled by Reagan. Michaela Reagan going to pick up the foul. And that'll be 1-1 now for Crook. For Reagan, that is her. I've got her first of the ball game. That's what the score clock does as well. Crook's first one, no good. Rebound Lefevue. Lefevue with the ball. Lefevue over to Smith, and Smith will bring it. Sage in the front court. Sage with the ball. Works it down, now takes it across the top of the key. Gives it over to Johnson. Johnson with the basketball. 7:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Ball goes down to Beatty. Beatty back in the game with 4 fouls. Gives it out to Johnson. Johnson shows drive now, backs it up, sends it out front to Smith. Smith with the ball. Sage with the ball, works it over left side. Gives it off to Johnson. Johnson will come over to the right side, give it over to Gabby Beatty. Beatty with the ball. Beatty looking for somebody to break open. Can't get anybody open. Gives it back off now to Johnson. Haley with the ball. 6.5 minutes to go in this one. York by 6. This is number 3 versus number 4 in the district right now. Now Johnson will drive in, back it out. Johnson with the ball, backs out again. Gives it up to Smith, back to Johnson. Johnson going to drive, come around the pick of Lefeview. Now Johnson will drive around. Rush gets back on her. And York taking a lot of time off the clock. We're down to almost 6 minutes left to go. They took about a minute off the clock. Driving now, give it out to Beatty for a wide open 3. No good. Rebound pulled this time by Farrell. Farrell, long pass up to Caldwell. Caldwell down to Crook. Crook going to travel with it. Cook took 2 great big steps with that one. Caught it. If she'd have put the dribble down, she would have had the layup. He made harder on the shot because she caught it and just tried to go from a dead stop to taking 2 big steps and putting it in. 5:51 left to go here in the ball game. Smith with the ball. Gives it over to Johnson. Down to Beatty. Gabby with the ball. Gabby going to drive the baseline, looks for some help. Kicks it inside to Reagan. She can't handle it, but Smith runs it down. Smith gets it over now to Reagan. Reagan going to drive the right toward the rack. All the way through now, lays it up, and no good. Rebound, though, taken away by Reagan. Back up and good. Michaela Reagan, the Rock, staying with it, and she's got 2, and it's an 8-point lead. 5:20 to go in the ball game. And timeout called by DeKalb County. Timeout on the floor with 5:16 to play. It's 39-31, York.
Confidence, the one word you have to have when you choose a pharmacy. And Clark Range Drug Center has worked hard to earn yours. Whether filling a prescription or giving advice on non-prescription medicine or health and beauty aids, Clark Range Drug Center is the place to go for expert advice. Clark Range Drug Center, always earning your confidence.
5:16 left to go in this one. Hull and Canancer check into the ball game. Millie and Lily will come in. Millie and Lily, that's kind of poetic, right? And now will come the Lady Tigers with the basketball. They're trailing now by 8. And with the basketball now firing out of the corner is Caldwell. No good. Rebound, Lily can answer. Big rebound for Lily. Back the other way now. Johnson with the basketball. Johnson gives it over now to Smith. Sage in the lane puts it up. No good, but following up is no good. Hull. And Hull's going to be hammered. And that one will go against Cantrell. Got a score to pass along to you. It was Clark Range over Jackson County 70-24. As Hull hits the front end, and Millie hits the front end of the 1-and-1. So Clark Range wins by 46 tonight. Second one, no good by Hull. Rebound taken away, and it's a 9-point ball game as Farrell gets the rebound. Gets it up to Rush, and now Farrell with the basketball. Farrell gets Johnson, drives, puts it up, no good, gets her own rebound, goes up, and she's going to be fouled by Canancer. And luckily that one didn't go in as Lily going to pick up the foul. But Farrell can knock some points on, put some points up with no time running off the clock. Katie Farrell at the stripe. First one's good. We'll have one more. Katie Farrell will have one more. 4:37 left to go. It's an 8-point game. It's a 7-point game as Farrell knocks them both down. 40-33, full court pressure now by DeKalb County, and we got a 5-second call. No, we got timeout. Coach Michael Green calling timeout just at the last second as we got 4:37 to go. It's a 7-point DeKalb County lead.
Don't Don't sweat the cold this winter. Carrier has a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable this season without burning your budget. With smart temperature management and remote access options, it's easier than ever to control your home's climate and reduce utility bills without sacrificing comfort. For more complete comfort and greater peace of mind, call Conditioned Heating and Cooling. Carrier, turn to the experts. Call Conditioned Heating and Cooling today and ask about our financing options.
Conditioned Heating and Cooling.
Whether you're competing on the athletic field or working hard in the classroom, remember you have the support of First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. We're behind you 100% of the way. Good luck to all the area teams. Play tough and play fair. And remember, when it comes to helping you with your banking needs, we're First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And now over and over, it's First Volunteer for you.
4:37 left to go in this one. York with the basketball and a 7-point advantage. Ball comes in to Smith. Smith's going to be double teamed. Gives it over to Lefeview. Lefeview with the ball. Lefeview double team. Now triple team. We're going to have a jump ball. Good hustle by Cantrell to tie Lefeview up, and it goes to York on the alternating possession. Good hustle that time by number 3, Cantrell, to tie it up. Ball comes into Reagan. Reagan with the basketball. Up to Johnson. Johnson will come around. Johnson gets through the first line, gives it over to Smith. Smith backs it out. Now off to Reagan. Reagan going to drive in the lane, gives it out to Lefeview. Lefeview will drive in, blocked by Farrell, but they're going to call a foul on Farrell. Katie Farrell has her 4th personal. So she's on the brink of extinction. At the line will be Ellie Lefeview, the eliminator, looking to eliminate DeKalb County here tonight. First one, good. Ellie's got 7 on the night. Looking for number 8 here and give her team a 9-point lead, and does. It's both ends of it. 4 minutes to go in this one, and time now the biggest enemy of DeKalb County. He'll work the ball over to Farrell. Farrell gets Lefeview, takes it hard to rack, and Farrell's going to go to the line, as that's going to be a foul on Lefeview. Lefeview's going to pick up her 3rd.
Number 24, Lefeview.
Farrell going to go to the line. She'll have a pair of them here. First one good. She'll have one more. 4 minutes and 4 seconds left to go here in quarter number 4. Second one rolls and drops. Back to 7 now, 35-42. York with the ball, coming up the court. They'll drop it down low to Reagan. Reagan up and score, and she's fouled. The Rock with 2 more, and she's going to be fouled, and that's going against Cantrell. And that's going to be Cantrell's 4th. At the line, Michaela Reagan for the and 1. And no good. Rebound pulled by Walker. York by 9. Front court rush. Gives it over to Farrell. Farrell against Lefeview, trying to drive. Does. Puts it off the glass and scores. Farrell with 2 more. Farrell just able to get around. Now Lefeview coming up with the ball. Kicks it over to Beatty. Beatty with the basketball. Long pass up to Reagan. Reagan's all alone. She scores, and she's fouled. The Rock with 2 more, and that's going to go against Cantrell, and she's done for the night. Megan Cantrell is done for the night. Reagan now with 10 on the night, and the Rock going to the line for another and 1. Cantrell leaves tonight's action as she fouls out with 6 points on the night. 6 points for Megan Cantrell. And Cantrell nosebleeding. They're taking her down to the locker room. Hopefully she's going to be all right. As it will be Reagan at the line. Hits the and 1. The Rock makes it a double-digit lead. Biggest lead of the night for York. With it, Rush in the front court. Rush with the basketball. Rush drives in, loses the handle, gets it back, but it's stolen away by Johnson. Johnson with the steal. Here comes York. 3:20 to play. Johnson in the front court, drives down, and she's going to be fouled by Rush. Rush has got foul number 3. And the Comet going to go to the line. Johnson's first one, good. Hull's coming in for Lefeview. York will drop back off the line, and it will be York by 11, their biggest lead of the night. They can go up by 4 scores here. And no good, though. Rebound pulled. It's still a 4-score game, but would have been 4-score for the Ties. Now driving, they'll kick it out to Rush. Rush with the ball, drives in the lane, and she's going to be fouled by Smith. That'll go against Sage. That's her second of the ball game. And Maya Rush, who's got 4 points on the night, will go to the line for a pair of them. First one, good. It's back to a 10-point game. She can get to a 3-possession game with this one. Second one, no good. Rebound going to be knocked away as bodies hitting the floor everywhere. And Walker's a little slow to get up. Gabe Bay gets him. And there's the rock breaking free. Michaela Reagan with 2 more, and the rock has pulled York away here in the fourth quarter. Back the other way. Farrell drives, and Farrell's fouled by Hull. That'll be the first tonight on Millie. Farrell will go to the line. It's a 12-point York advantage. 2:48 to go. Missing the front end was Farrell. DeKalb County's left a lot of points in the charity stripe. They'll have one more. Farrell's second one good. Timeout DeKalb County. Timeout on the floor. 2:48 to play. It's 50-39. York.
At the first of each year, many insurance companies will send out letters trying to direct customers to a preferred pharmacy, especially the chain pharmacies. Pharmacies pay to get their names on these letters and in turn then make the money back with insurance copays and gimmicks that negatively affect the consumer. At Hall Family Pharmacy, we put a lot of effort into helping our patients find the best insurance plan for them and budgeting their medical expenses each year. Don't be a number at a big pharmacy. Be part of our family. Choose Hall Family Pharmacy. We are proud to be a preferred hometown pharmacy. Come see us today at our locations in Jamestown or Clark Range.
Between college visits, applications, and securing financial aid, we know that preparing for college can be stressful. That's why Twin Lakes is here to help. Twin Lakes is proud to partner with the Foundation for Rural Service to offer scholarship opportunities for graduating seniors. Visit www.twinlakes.net for more information. Don't wait. Applications must be submitted by March 6th, so apply today.
Some restrictions apply. See the application for full eligibility rules.
Back to action. York with the basketball comes into Sage Smith. Sage back over to Hull. Almost tipped in by DeKalb County. They come away with the steal. Farrell going to drive in, give it off to Caldwell. Caldwell had to move but didn't take the shot. Now off to Rush. Rush against Beatty's going to be fouled, and Beatty's fouled out of the ball game. Gabby just picked up foul number 5 on the night, so she's done. Big night for Gabby Beatty. She had 6 on the night. Out of the line will be Rush. It's a 10-point ball game. Has a chance now to cut it back to 9, make it a 3-possession game. Still plenty of time. Gabby Bay fouls out for York. Second one is good. York with the ball. They'll try to work it in. Stolen by Farrell. Farrell gets it out to Walker. Walker to Caldwell. Caldwell going to drive the lane. Caldwell all the way in, and offensive foul on Reagan. That'll go to the line. Will be Caldwell. Caldwell has not scored on the night, so these are huge free throws for her. It's an 8-point game. DeKalb County won't say die. They can cut it to 7 here with this one. And do. Caldwell hits both ends of it. Full court pressure again by the Lady Tigers. Lefeview to bring it in. Works it into Johnson. Johnson back over Lefeview. Back to Johnson. Johnson with the ball. Johnson's going to long ball it up to Smith. Sage with the ball. Sage gets it over to Johnson. Johnson with the basketball. Johnson works it inside to Lefeview. Lefeview out to Smith. Back to Johnson. Down to 2:08 left to go in the ball game. Johnson over now to Smith. And Smith, they're going to whistle a foul on Caldwell. Caldwell's fourth, and almost come with the play. It was steal there, but Caldwell picks up the foul, and that'll send Sage to the line. Sage can push this back to a 9-point lead. First one, no good. She will have one more, though. It's a double bonus now for both teams. 7-point ball game. Second one is good. Sage hits 1 out of 2, and it's an 8-point game with 2 minutes to play. Front court rush over to Farrell. Farrell drives, and Farrell's fouled, and that's going to be against Hull again, I believe. It will be. Millie Hull. Millie's got foul number 2. And Farrell goes to the line. Farrell, first one, good. Back to 7. She can cut this to a 2-possession game with this one, and 2 minutes to play, still a lot of ball game. Second one, no good, though. She missed it. Rebound, Lefeview. Leftview's outlet pass stolen. It's going to be tied up, and it goes to DeKalb County on the alternating possession. And it will be DeKalb County basketball. 51-44, 7-point game. DeKalb County works it into Caldwell. Caldwell with the ball. Caldwell going to take it hard to the rack. Puts up no good. Rebound Lefeview, and Leftview's going to be fouled. That's Caldwell. She's done. That's going to be it for Emmy Caldwell. Caldwell becomes player number 2 for the Tigers to foul out. Lefeview on the night's a perfect 4 of 4 from the stripes. Got a pair of them here. As Griffin will come back in the ball game. First one good. Lefeview a nickel for on the night from the charity stripe. She's got 9 points in the game. Now 10. Ellie hit nothing but the bottom of the cup with that one, and it's back now to a 7-point game. Actually, it's a 9-point game for York. Ball goes down the corner. Griffin fires up a 3 way off the mark. Rebound, Crook had it, but then it's knocked away, but Walker comes up. Walker drives, and Walker is going to be fouled. And that's going to be against Reagan. The Rock picks up her third. 1:35 to go, and at the line will be number 33. Walker, free throw, no good. They're going to remember their free throw shooting tonight. They'd be right in this game if they'd hit their free throws. Second one going. It's 1 out of 2. Ball comes into Johnson. Johnson trying to get back, stolen by Farrell. Farrell's going to be fouled by Lefeview. Leftview's got foul number 4. And before we go any further, I think Coach Green wants a timeout. We'll take it with him with 1:31 to play here in the fourth. It's 53-45, York.
Quality workmanship and exceptional customer service have defined Southeastern Drywall and Construction of Jamestown. From custom-built homes, residential construction, remodeling to commercial construction, Southeastern Drywall and Construction is dedicated to providing the best quality at reasonable prices. We're also looking for good carpenters. Call Southeastern Drywall and Construction at 931-267-5435. A proud supporter of sports and education in our area.
Ventures Farmers Co-op, your local hometown store, proudly supporting our hometown Buffaloes and Dragons. Co-op wishes you a winning season, one game at a time. Co-op, your first choice for farm, home, lawn and garden, and a gift shop for giving and decorating needs. Co-op, serving this area for 70 years with quality products. That's your Co-op, located just 2 miles south of
Dekalb County won't say die, folks. They're coming back out, and out the line will be Katie Farrell. On the night, Farrell has missed 1, 2, 3, 4 free throws on the night. Misses another. You take that 5 and the 2 that Crook has missed, the 1 that Rush has missed, the 1 Walker's missed, they'd be ahead in this ball game if they'd hit their free throws. Second one good. And it's back to a 7-point ball game. As Johnson gets the inbound, she's going to be fouled by Farrell, and that's it for Farrell. Katie Farrell's going to foul out of the ball game. Katie Farrell foul out when 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 points on the night. And at the line will be Johnson. Free throw, good. Canancer going to check in, and Hull will come out. Lily replaces Millie. 88 seconds left to go in this one. It's an 8-point lead, could be 9. And he is. Johnson hits both ends of it. Haley, the Comet, makes it a 9-point game. It's a 3-possession game. DeKalb County's got to launch the rock now. Is Walker going to drive? Walker's going to be fouled. Johnson going to pick up her third personal. And going the line will be Walker. DeKalb County, I'm not sure. I think they're going to have to start launching the 3 with 80 seconds to play. Free throw, no good. Boy, they have left a lot of them at the charity stripe. They have missed. We'll get that in a moment. Second one, no good. She missed both ends of it. Walker's missed 3. Left you with the ball. Long pass over Reagan. Reagan up to Canancer. Canancer in the front court. Canancer off to Smith. Smith going to get back out front to Johnson. 5 seconds ago. They give it to Reagan. Reagan goes inside, knocked away. That's out of bounds. Blevins going to come back into the game. Blevins will come in. Reagan will come out. Johnson will throw it in out front to Lefeview. Lefeview with the ball. Down to Smith. Smith looking double teamed, and Smith has it knocked out of bounds. Just under a minute to go in this one. York with the ball, leading by 9. Ball comes into Lefeview. Lefeview gives old Johnson. Johnson looking to drive, cut off, triple teamed in the corner, and she's going to be fouled by Griffin. And Gracie Griffin will have her first of the ball game, and Johnson's going back to the line. Johnson will be at the charity stripe. 52 seconds left to go in this one. Johnson good. York on the night has missed 4 or 5 free throws. Johnson hits both ends of these. 57-46, an 11-point lead now for York. York going to improve as now driving his Rush up and good. Rush drives, gets the layup, and it's 43.7 seconds to go. York by 9. Timeout on the floor.
When it comes to watching sports, there's no telling what you'll hear.
No.
But when you order Pizza Hut for the game, you know exactly what you'll hear.
What the? Oh, that looks fantastic.
Your favorite pizza.
Ooh.
Those awesome wings.
What?
Plus sides and desserts.
Yeah.
All waiting at pizzahut.com. So order now, because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Huh. What game?
Product availability, prices, participation, delivery areas, and charges and minimum purchase required for delivery may vary. Delivery charge is not a driver tip.
Don't sweat the cold this winter. Carrier has a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable this season without burning your budget. With smart temperature management and remote access options, it's easier than ever to control your home's climate and reduce utility bills without sacrificing comfort. For more complete comfort and greater peace of mind, call Conditioned Heating and Cooling. Carrier, turn to the experts. Call Conditioned Heating and Cooling today and ask about our financing options.
Conditioned heating and cooling.
43.7 seconds to go. York by 9. Johnson looking to bring it in. York with the basketball. They're getting left. You back to Johnson. Johnson on the sprint. Johnson in the front court, drives around, holds it out front. Johnson with the ball, going to be double teamed. Now Walker will come over and rush. He'll knock it loose, but Johnson comes back up with it. Johnson with the basketball in the front court to Smith. Smith crosses it over to Hull. Back out front now to Lefevue. Lefevue with the ball, gives it back up to Johnson. Over now to Lefevue. Lefevue with the ball. Gives it up to Smith. Smith over to Lefevue. Lefevue out to Smith. And the York Lady Dragons are going to keep that number 3 spot as they're going to move to 6-2 in the district. With 2 seconds, that's going to be your final score. York wins here at home. Your final tonight, 57-48. York comes away with a huge win, a huge district win as well, as York picks up a big one here over DeKalb County tonight. Your final once again, 57-48. Back in a minute.
The saying goes, new year, new you. Did you know the number one resolution made every year revolves around staying healthy? As a part of your healthcare team, MetaThrift wants to make sure we provide you with ways to meet your goals. One of those ways is to help you take the right medications at the right time. So let us organize them for you with our convenient MedPack strip packaging. MedPacks organize your medications by date and time of day and places them in easy-to-open pouches. This year, stay on track and never miss a dose. The best part, this service is free. For more information, call MetaThrift at 879-8133.
The Gary Maxwell Insurance Office offering area insurance is located at 300 West Central Avenue in Jamestown. Get a free quote for your home, auto, life, or business with no obligation to buy. Call 879-1251. Shane Beatty, Katie Cooper, Tammy Robbins, and Brad Rains agents, along with Jeff Robbins, manager, will be happy to assist you. That's Gary Maxwell Insurance, located 300 West Central Avenue with locations in Livingston, Cookeville, and Gainesboro.
Whether you're competing on the athletic field or working hard in the classroom, remember you have the support of First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. We're behind you 100% of the way. Good luck to all the area teams. Play tough and play fair. And remember, when it comes to helping you with your banking needs, we're First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And now over and over, it's First Volunteer for you.
Right back here at York Institute, where York girls win it tonight, 57-48. Scoring for the Lady Dragons, Haley Johnson was 17, 10 for Ellie Lefevue, 13 in the game for Michaela Reagan. She had 11 in the fourth quarter, 6 for Gabby Beatty, 3 in the game each for Sage Smith and Millie Hall, and 4 in the game for Lauren Show. The Lady Tigers were paced by Katie Farrell with 17, 9 for Maya Rich, 6 in the game for Megan Cantrell, 4 for Megan Walker, 3 in the game for Hannah Winningham, and only 2 in the game for Emma Caldwell, as York wins it here tonight, 57-48. The Lady Dragons improved to 14-6, 6-2 in district play, while DeKalb County falls to 10-11, 3-5. Well, that's going to do it for the girls' game. Don't go away. We're going to take a timeout now, and then we'll be back in just a few minutes for the start of the boys' game. Don't go anywhere. Team in the district taking on DeKalb County, who comes in 6-13, 3-4 in the district. DeKalb County right now in that number 5 slot. They met back on December 6th. York won that one 69-56 at DeKalb County. Since that last meeting, York's 11-3, including 5 straight wins. DeKalb County's 3-11, including 1 win in their last 6 games. Now, District 8AA has Upperman on top at 7-0, York 6-1, Cannon 5-2, Watertown 4-3, DeKalb County 3-4, Livingston 2-5, Smith 1-6, Macon 0-7. Now, a couple of teams in this area are in the top 10 in the state, and released on Monday. Number 3 is Upperman. Upperman sets number 3 in AA. Scott County is number 9 in AA. And in single A, Clay County is number 2. Monterey is number 9. So we've got several teams in the area that are top 10 in the state, and this one has two district teams that are trying to stay after that top spot. The Dragons got about a week before they'll have a meeting with the Upperman Bees, and that one's going to be a huge one here at York Institute for both the boys and girls when they play that one. But right now it's going to be York and DeKalb County. We're getting ready for our starting lineups for both squads. A couple of scores, and we are going to have a presentation before on last Friday's game. Noah Smith reached the 1,000-point mark. He is the 18th member of the York 1,000-point club. And we may have another one coming up here in a few minutes, folks, because Roger Meadows is setting right now at 996. So we could have our second 1,000-point club member tonight. And if I was going to lay money on it, folks, I'd bet the house on it. Noah Smith breaking the 1,000-point mark last week down at Watertown High School. And as we said, we very well could have another one here tonight. We're getting set for starting lineups in this one, York and DeKalb County. York and DeKalb County getting ready to play here in this one.
For the DeKalb County Tigers. Number 2.
They'll start with number 2. That is Dakota White.
Number 12, Dallas Cook.
Number 12, Dallas Cook will be starting tonight.
Number 20, Evan Jones.
Number 20, Evan Jones. They said they'd skip around. 21,
and number 25,
Jordan Young. And number 21 is Braden Antoniak. And now the lights will go down and the house lights go up because it's time to meet your Dragons. Dragons number 2 in the district, right behind Upperman. They got a rematch here with Upperman coming up in about a week. And, folks, we'll be here for that one. And you better batten down the hatches because that one could get really ugly before it's over. But now, tonight, though, it's York and DeKalb County. Sophomore number 32, Big John Headings. John's got to have a big game tonight. He's been playing really well. Sophomore St. Nick Smith going to be starting tonight for the Dragons. And number 23, a junior, Wreck-It Riley Cooper. A senior, number 10, Roger Meadows. And your final starter, number 31, there's no way of stopping Noah Smith. As the Dragons looking to pick up a huge district win tonight and stay in the hunt for that top spot in the District 8AA standings. The Dragons under the direction of Coach Russell Tays. And we're set for this one to get underway. It'll be Cooper to jump against Jones. And I love it when these teams from the other schools have their names on the back of their jerseys. Makes it so much easier for me. As Cooper now going to jump it up. The opening tip belongs to DeKalb County's White. He'll run it down the corner. White with the basketball. Sends it over now this time to Young. Young with the ball. Lays it for Antoniak. Antoniak with the ball. Now off to Jones. Jones give it up to Young. Young to White. White will back it out and reset it. White with the basketball. Trying to get around the pick of Cook. Gives it over to Antoniak. Off to Cook. Cook back out to Antoniak. Antoniak with the basketball. Gives it over this time to Young. Young working it out front. They'll give it up to Cook. Cook looking inside. Now will spin. Kicks it back out instead to Antoniak. Your good defense able to keep DeKalb County from getting the shot off. And now pulling up, taking the jumper and hit and missing it was Jones. And back come the Dragons. York with the basketball. Front court comes Nick Smith. Gives it over to Meadows. Meadows with the basketball. Back out front to Nick. DeKalb County in a 2-3 zone. They'll give it out to Riley. Cooper. Cooper down the corner, gives it up now to Smith. Back out front to Cooper. Cooper off to Nick Smith. Back over to Cooper, inside to Headings. Headings a little jumper, and Big John with the first two of the ball game. John Headings with the first two of the ball game, and here comes the Tigers with the basketball. White into front court. White with the basketball, goes over now to Cook, now off to Jones. Now to White. White tries to take it inside, knocked away by Smith, but he can't save it in. Good hustle by Nick Smith. York on top 2-0, and they're going to stop the clock for a second while Headings ties his shoe. Young will set it in play for DeKalb County. Young looking. Now works it into White in the corner. White will take the three. Short. Rebound Young, able to run the long rebound down. Young will fire up a long three, and it'll go in and out. No good. Rebound Nick Smith. Here come the Dragons. St. Nick on the run. In the front court, drives all the way down over to Meadows. Meadows for two. Goes. Roger Meadows now 2 points away from that 1,000-point club. York up quickly 4-0 with 6 minutes to play in the ball game. Ball goes over to Antoniak. Down in the corner to Cook. Cook drives in, gives it back out to White. White with the basketball. Now we're on Antoniak. Down in the corner to Young. They'll lob it inside, knocked away. Good hands by Noah Smith. Knocks it away. Meadows with the basketball. Roger in the front court. Gives it over now to Smith. Smith to Nick. Smith on the long three, no good. Rebound pulled by Cook, and we got a foul on the Dragons.
30-second timeout.
No, we're going to have a timeout called. Timeout on the floor. With timeout on the floor, it's 5:28 to go in the first. It's a 4-0 York lead.
Quality workmanship and exceptional customer service have defined Southeastern Drywall and Construction of Jamestown. From custom-built homes, residential construction, remodeling to commercial construction, Southeastern Drywall and Construction is dedicated to providing the best quality at reasonable prices. We're also looking for good carpenters. Call Southeastern Drywall and Construction at 931-267-5435. A proud supporter of sports and education in our area.
Back to action. DeKalb County with the basketball. York with some full court pressure. They'll work it in to Cook. Cook will give it back over to White, and White will bring it up. White with the basketball off to Jones this time on the left side. Jones gives it over to White. DeKalb County with some good size. They give it off to Cook. Cook going to drive, put up the floater. No good. Gets his own board, though. Has it knocked away by St. Nick, and he comes back up with, though. Cross courts it over to Young. Young going to drive the baseline. Floater, no good. Rebound, we're going to have a foul on DeKalb County. And that'll go against Cook. Dallas Cook with his first of the ball game. Team's first of the game. Meadows over to Cook. Cooper on up to Smith. Now back to Meadows. Meadows almost loses the ball. Gives it over to Cooper. Cooper with the ball. Cross court over to Meadows. Meadows for three. No good. Rebound, Big John back up, and Big John Headings with two more. John Headings gives York a 6-point lead. DC with the basketball. Front court will come White. White with the ball. Right side to Antoniak. Antoniak down the corner to Cook. Cook looking for Jones. Now we'll send it cross court to White. Over to Antoniak. Now back to Cook. Cook back to White. White off to Antoniak. Little jumper, fall away, no good. Rebound tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds off of DeKalb County. Good job by Headings to block anybody out from being able to get to it. And York will bring it up. Full court pressure now by DeKalb County. Smith up to Meadows. Meadows in the front court. Roger gives it over now to Noah. Noah with the ball. Noah Smith off to Nick Smith. Nick's going to drive in the paint, take the short jumper. Good. St. Nick delivers, and it's an 8-0 ball game. DeKalb County getting ready to run number 5, and that is Jenkins and Hale into the ball game. With the ball down in the corner now is Cook. Cook goes inside to Jones, and Jones is going to be fouled by Noah Smith. Noah going over the back, picks up foul number 1 for York. Also coming in, number 11, Ramos coming in. Ramos comes in. Cook sets down. Antoniak and Young will sit down. 8-0 York early. Number 5, Jenkins trying to bring it in. Works it in the corner to Ramos. Now to White. White with the ball. White over to Hale. Hale looking to drive. Drives in, backs out. Hale gives it back over to White. 3.5 minutes go first quarter. York by 8. DeKalb County yet to get on the scoreboard. Ramos with the basketball. Ramos off to Hale. Hale with the ball. Gives it over to Cook. Or make that to White. White back out front to Hale. Hale for a 3. No good. And run it down, but losing it was Ramos. Ramos had it, but just couldn't hang on to it and goes out of bounds back to York. York with the basketball. It'll be Meadows to walk it up. 3 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. York on top 8-0. DeKalb County yet to get on the scoreboard. They'll take the ball down low to Meadows. Meadows, a little quick turnaround is good. Roger Meadows with 2 more, and Roger that. And we're going to have a timeout called by DeKalb County. Timeout on the floor. We got 2:45 to go in the first. It's 10-0 Dragons.
At the first of each year, many insurance companies will send out letters trying to direct customers to a preferred pharmacy, especially the chain pharmacies. Pharmacies pay to get their names on these letters and in turn then make the money back with insurance copays and gimmicks that negatively affect the consumer. At Hall Family Pharmacy, we put a lot of effort into helping our patients find the best insurance plan for them and budgeting their medical expenses each year. Don't be a number at a big pharmacy. Be part of our family. Choose Hall Family Pharmacy. We are proud to be a preferred hometown pharmacy. Come see us today at our locations in Jamestown or Clark Range.
Back to action, 2:45 left to go here in this first quarter. York on top now, 10-0. DeKalb County with the basketball. They'll work it into Hale. Hale with the ball, guarded by Meadows. Gives it up now to Jenkins. Jenkins front court. Jenkins with the basketball. Jenkins gives it back out front to Hale. Hale with the basketball. Now it's coming around the pick. Gives it inside and driving, put it up. No good by Jones. And DeKalb County can't buy a layup. Nick Smith with the basketball. Nick's going to spin, turn around, jumper is good. St. Nick's got 4 on the night. And the Dragons up by a dozen. Up quickly comes DeKalb County in the front court. Will come White. White gives it over to Ramos. Ramos going to drive, and he puts it up no good. Rebound going to be out of bounds off of York. 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter, and the Tigers yet to get on the scoreboard. Jennings going to enter the lineup. Jennings will come out. Jennings will come in. Headings will come out. Headings with 4 points in his first quarter. Ball comes into White. White going to drive the lane, sends it over, and stolen by Meadows. Roger with the steal. Here come the Dragons. Roger in the front court. Roger coast to coast, went for the jam, missed it. He went for the dunk and couldn't get it to go, and York sees the Tigers come the other way with it. Driving in will be Ramos. Ramos against Jennings. Gives it out front to Jenkins. Jenkins against Cooper. Gives it over to White. Now back to Hale. Hale off to Jenkins. Jenkins lobs it underneath to Jones, and finally the Tigers get on the scoreboard. 1:24 left to go in the first quarter. They finally get on the scoreboard. And York with the basketball and a 10-point lead. The thing about this is York can look up at this and say they've only allowed 2 points, but they've only put up a dozen. Now the ball gets thrown away, goes right through the hands of Smith. Picked up there by Jenkins, and here comes the Tigers. Quickly up to Hale. Hale over to Ramos. Ramos going to drive. Puts up the jumper. Good. Ramos with 2. Ramos has got 2 points, and it's back to an 8-point ball game. So York held DeKalb County to 4 points in his first quarter, but they only lead by 8. York with the basketball. Nick Smith fires for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound, Hale. Hale with the basketball. Hale works it, gives it over now to Jenkins. Or make that to Hale. Now to White. White for a long 3 is good. And here come the Tigers. White got the 3 ball. They scored all these with under a minute and a half to go in the quarter. They're back to within 5. Ball goes over to Smith. Smith inside to Noah. Noah the jumper. No good. Rebound, Hale. They got time. It's down 3 seconds. Hale's going to have to push, though. Launches it from the backcourt. No good. Back of the iron. We go to the end of 1. End of 1. It's York a dozen. And DeKalb County, 7.
This is David Price, your Twin Lakes Business Solutions consultant, wishing you and your family a happy new year. At Twin Lakes, we have award-winning fiber broadband network providing superior solutions that allow local businesses to compete on a superior level. With speeds up to 1 gig, that's 1,000 megabits per second, you'll have capacity for cloud-based solutions, video conferencing, and IP phone systems, allowing your people to do what they do best. Start the year off right and give me a call at 931-405-3358 to make sure your business is ready to handle the new year.
When it comes to watching sports, there's no telling what you'll hear.
No!
But when you order Pizza Hut for the game, you know exactly what you'll hear.
What the? Oh, that looks fantastic.
Your favorite pizza.
Ooh.
Those awesome wings.
What?
Plus sides and desserts.
Yeah.
All waiting at pizzahut.com. So order now, because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
What game?
Product availability, prices, participation, delivery areas, and charges and minimum purchase required for delivery may vary. Delivery charges not a driver tip.
End of the first quarter, York on top, 12-7 in this one. Got a halftime score from out at Clark Range at the half. It's all not at 27 apiece between Clark Range and Jackson County. Clark Range girls won tonight 70-24. Now Meadows with a long 3 is good. Roger that. And that is going to put Roger over the 1,000-point mark as well. As now York with 2,000-point scores on this team. Roger Meadows had just got his 1,000 points as well. York with 2,000-point scores in their careers. He makes number 19. Congratulations goes out to Roger. Roger gets the
second time in the history of York Institute men's basketball.
And just find out, this is only the second time in the same class that 2 players has done this, reached the 1,000-point club. So Roger Meadows and Noah Smith with over 1,000 points apiece. Congratulations to these young men, and they've still got some more games to play, folks. It will be the Tigers basketball to bring up. White will walk it up. We got 7:48 to go, just starting the second quarter. York on top by 8. They'll take it underneath. Good pass into Hale, and Hale gets a reverse layup. That was a nice pass there by White. White made a beautiful pass to the baseline for Hale, and Hale got the reverse layup. Back to a 6-point game. Now long pass going to be knocked away and out of bounds off of White. York tried to cross-court it, and when they did, White come up and got a piece of it. Meadows will trigger it. Roger gives it up to Jennings. Jennings back to Roger. Now down the corner to Smith. Now to Cooper on the baseline. Cooper crosses it over to Nick Smith. He'll drive in the lane. Little jumper. No good, and we're going to have a foul on, looks like Ramos. Ramos gets the first his first foul of the night. Team second. 7:15 left to go here in quarter number 2. Free throw is good by Nick Smith. He'll have one more. St. Nick drops the first one home and the second. 17-9, York by 8 again. With the basketball comes Jenkins now. Jenkins with it. Jenkins for the Tigers, looking for some help. Picks up his dribble, has it stolen away by Meadows. Meadows going to take it strong to the hoop. Can't get it to go, though. Rebound pulled away by Ramos. Ramos gives it over to White, and White will bring it. White with the basketball. White working out front. Gives it off, gets it back to Jennings. Now back to Jennings. Jennings going to drive down, send it over to Ramos. Ramos Tried a hard pass inside, knocked away, and Cooper goes to four, but his outlet pass stolen. We're going to have a foul on Meadows. White come up with the steal, then went for the layup. Meadows fouled him. White, a very quick young man. It looks like Jones is getting ready to come back in for DeKalb County. It's no good, the front end of it. DeKalb County girls left enough points on the floor on the free throw line. They could have won their ball game had they hit their free throws. And now the boys are 0 of 1 on theirs. Back of the line, White. Second is no good. He missed them both. And here come the Dragons up by 8. Long pass up to Jennings. Jennings with the ball back up front now to Noah Smith, off to Nick Smith. Now over to Meadows. Meadows going to drive the baseline. Meadows will back it out. Send it up to Jennings. Jennings down to Smith. Cross courts it over to Meadows. Inside to Noah Smith. Noah going to take it up strong. No good. Rebound tipped around, and it's out to Nick Smith will come up with it. Nick with the ball. Brings it back up front. Over to Meadows. Meadows off to Noah Smith. Back up front to Nick. Down the corner, Roger. Roger for three. No good. Rebound going to be knocked out of bounds off of York. It'll be off of Cooper, and here comes the Tigers. The Tigers with the basketball. Young's checked back in the ball game. Once again, halftime out of Clark Range. It was Clark Range and Jackson County tied at the half. Now at the end of three, it is 40-38 Jackson County. Now Hale the shot, no good. Rebound Jennings. Jennings clears the boards. So Clark Range down by 2 in the end of three out at Clark Range. This one that Clark Range could really use. Ball goes over to Meadows, left side. Meadows will come around the pick. Meadows back off to Jennings. Jennings back to Meadows. Meadows will drive in. Kick it low to Cooper. Back out front to Smith. Nick in the lane. Short jumper. No good. Rebound pulled down by Cook, as that time Jones made him change his shot. And with 5 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in the first half, it's 17-9 DC or 17-9 York. Fired up by White, no good. Rebound is by Cooper. Cooper gets it out to Meadows, and Meadows brings it. Meadows will stop. Meadows will pop, and Meadows will drain it. Roger that. And it's an 11-point lead now for York. With the ball will come Hale. Hale in the front court. Gives it over to Young. Young with the ball. Young spins, drives down, kicks it inside, stolen by Jennings. Jennings with the good hands, and here comes York. York with the basketball. Headings getting ready to check back in. Now driving. Meadows in the lane, up and good. Roger, that's 2 more, and it's 22-9. York on top. Timeout called by DC.
Confidence, the one word you have to have when you choose a pharmacy. And Clark Range Drug Center has worked hard to earn yours. Whether filling a prescription or giving advice on non-prescription medicine or health and beauty aids, Clark Range Drug Center is the place to go for expert advice. Clark Range Drug Center, always earning your confidence.
The Gary Maxwell Insurance Office offering area insurance is located at 300 West Central Avenue in Jamestown. Get a free quote for your home, auto, life, or business with no obligation to buy. Call 879-1251. Shane Beatty, Katie Cooper, Tammy Robbins, and Brad Rains agents, along with Jeff Robbins, manager, will be happy to assist you. That's Gary Maxwell Insurance, located 300 West Central Avenue with locations in Livingston, Cookeville, and Gainesboro.
Back to action, DeKalb County with the basketball. Young will walk it up. York on top 22-9, leading by 13. With the ball is Munoz. Number 3, Munoz will pass it inside to Cook. Cook will take it off the glass and score. Or make that Jones. Sorry, man. I thought it was Cook, but it was Jones with the 2. So Evan Jones with 2. York with the basketball. They'll go inside to Meadows, down to Noah Smith. Noah out of the corner, no good. Rebound pulled, and coming out with it is Jones. Jones over to Munoz, and Munoz will bring it. Munoz with the basketball up to Young, and Young will walk it across the timeline. Young with the ball, gives it over now to Jones. Jones going to lob it underneath. Just got it over the outreached arms of Headings, and scoring will be Cook. Dallas Cook with his first two, and we're back now to a point ball game. York with the basketball. White getting ready to come back in. We see Cooper getting ready to check in for York. They'll work the ball over now to Smith. Smith goes into Noah Smith. Back out to Nick. Nick over to Meadows. Meadows down low to Headings. Back up front now to Nick Smith, and they'll reset it. Over to Meadows. Meadows back to Nick. Off now to Jennings. Jennings with the ball back up to Smith. Over to Meadows. Back to Smith. Back to Meadows. Cross courts it over to Jennings. Jennings with the basketball. Looks out, nowhere to go, gives it back up front to Meadows. Meadows over to Nick Smith. They'll go inside to Noah, knocked away, but good hands by Nick Smith to tip it back out to Jennings, and Nick will set it up again. DeKalb County got a hand on, knocked it away, but now Meadows with the ball. Down in the corner to Cooper, or to Smith, I should say. Back down to Smith on the left side now. Now back over to Meadows. Meadows off to Smith. Nick shows three. Now kicks it to Meadows. Down low to Noah Smith. Turnaround jumper good. Noah's got his first two of the night, and there's Noah stopping that as York goes up by 11. 24-13 now the score. Munoz with the basketball. Munoz in the front court. Munoz looking for somebody. Now goes over to Young. Young lobs it underneath. This one's going to be picked off by Big John. Headings takes away from him. Here come the Dragons. York with the basketball. Front court comes Meadows. Goes inside now to Noah Smith. He'll drive and he'll score. And he is fouled. He'll go for the and one. And that one will go against Cook. And Dallas Cook's got his second personal. At the line, Noah Smith for the natural three. York on top, 26-13. 27-13. Nothing but cup for that one for Noah. And now Noah will come out and Cooper will come back in. Riley checks in for Noah Smith, and here comes DeKalb County with the basketball. Up by 14. York will go on defense. Has White with the ball. White's going to push it up quickly for DeKalb County. White in the front court. White with the ball over to Munoz. Munoz down in the corner now to Cook. Cook going to fire up the three ball and drain it. Cook with the long three, and Dallas Cook showing his range there. Knocks down the three, and it's back to an 11-point ball game. Meadows up to Headings. Headings off to Cooper. Cooper will try to answer the three. No good. Rebound Headings. Good board work by Headings. Gets it out to Meadows, and Meadows with the basketball. Meadows gives it over now to Smith. Nick with the ball back out front to Jennings. Jennings back to Smith. Back up front now to Meadows for a long three is good. Roger that. And the Dragons back up by 14. 50 seconds left to go here in quarter number two. Headed toward halftime of this one. And with the basketball, Munoz. Munoz looking inside, has it knocked away and kicked out of bounds. And Cooper hits the floor. I'm not sure what happened to Cooper, but he hit the floor down there. Don't forget, coming up at the half, we'll be talking with Coach Michael Green, and we'll have the Showtime forward halftime. Munoz works it into White. White with the basketball. Drives in, kicks it over to Cook. Cook going to drive the baseline. Tried to kick it out, knocked away and stolen. Good hands by Jennings. Gives it over now to Nick Smith, and Nick Smith will bring it with 30 seconds to go. York may go for the last shot of the quarter. No, Cooper going to fire it up now. No good. Rebound, though, Jennings. Good board work by Jacob. 20 seconds left to go here in the quarter, and Meadows with the basketball. Meadows working out front will be picked up by Munoz. Gives it over now to Nick Smith. Nick Smith off to Jennings. Jennings over to Smith. Now down to Meadows. Meadows drives in, back out to Smith for a three. No good. Rebound pulled by Cook, and that's going to do it for the quarter. We're at halftime of this one, and at the half, York leads it 30-16. It's time now for the Showtime forward halftime. We'll be back with that in a moment.
Are you looking for a dealership that is big on honesty and integrity? Are you looking for a dealership that treats you like family? Or maybe you're just looking for the best deal. Well, folks, look no further. Hello, everyone. This is Melissa Sells. My husband, Derek, and I would like to invite you to the all-new Showtime Ford in Wartburg. Yes, we know it's 2020, but we have some leftover 219 units that just need to go, like a new 219 Ford Expedition with discounts up to $12,000, or a 219 Ford Escape with up to $6,000 off. And if it's an Edge you're looking for, we have savings of $7,500. And let's not forget about America's best-selling truck, the Ford F-150, with discounts up to $7,000. Here at Showtime Ford, we offer award-winning parts and service department with knowledgeable staff ready to handle all of your parts and service needs. Remember, folks, if you're looking for a car, we're the best by far. Need a truck? We can hook you up. So come on by the all-new Showtime Ford. Give us a call at 1-877-NEW-FORD or visit us online at ShowtimeFord.com.
Well, we're at halftime of this one. The York cheerleaders performing here at halftime, and York leads it here at the half, 30-16. Join me now, Coach Michael Green, whose girls tonight. Michael, your girls come out. DeKalb County played you tough, but your girls able to hang on for a big win.
Yeah, we finally pulled through there late in the fourth. Didn't make it easy on ourselves whatsoever. Very, very ugly game, which I kind of had a feeling it might be. DeKalb, Coach Fish, he does a real good job down there with those girls, and I was expecting an ugly game, and we gave everybody an ugly game.
Coach, you had toward the end of the game, your girls got into a little bit of problem with that full court pressure. Their pressure was really intense.
Well, they started pressing us there, and normally we do pretty well against the press, but I think we were a little fatigued and got a little dumb, and didn't try to take care of the ball, didn't make an effort to take care of the ball, and had I think we were up 12 at one point, and had about 2 or 3 straight turnovers, and our turnovers turned into foul shots for them, and very easily should have been a 20-point game if we hadn't have done that, and we still didn't play well. So hopefully I told the girls this is the first game we played that we didn't even really talk. I said that let's just forget about that because it was awful.
Coach, it was good to see Gabby Beatty back. I know she'd had the flu and didn't play against Watertown, but she came out and played tonight. Got fouled out, but gave you some good minutes.
Yeah, I really didn't know how much we'd get out of her tonight. She didn't even play at Watertown, and she's had the flu, been sick. We've had 1 or 2 that've been a little sick. Nobody else has had the flu. Hopefully we won't get it, but she came in. I wasn't expecting much from her, and she knocked down a couple shots for us, and gave us 5 good fouls.
Coach, the big thing about this one is it keeps you in the hunt for one of those top 2 spots. It's going to set up a big matchup next Friday night against Upperman.
Yeah, we've got, Upperman, they're always, well, I think they're, 3rd in the state right now, AA. Hopefully we'll show up and play like we can for 4 quarters. And if we do that, we've done it 1 or 2 games this year, and when we have, I think we've shown we can play with anybody. But they're definitely a tough team.
Coach, tomorrow night you're going to head over to Oneida, and they say the farther east you go, the less whistles they blow. So you can expect a battle over with Oneida. You wore them out here, but they're a team that comes back with 5 kids that went to the state last year.
Well, it would have been nice if we'd have played over there tonight, so we wouldn't have had so many whistles blown. But, they're, you get over that way, it's a completely different game. And, I wouldn't, after tonight, it would be nice to play a more physical game and not have to worry about, giving up foul shots every trip down the floor. But they're definitely, they're still, I think, 8th in single A. We have to show up, or, they're looking probably to beat us by 30 now. They probably want a little revenge.
Coach, on Tuesday night, we talked about this before. Cannon County, they're probably one of the scariest teams that are one of the scariest lower echelon teams in your district.
Yeah, going in, I'm sure everybody probably had Cannon pick 3rd, maybe even 2nd with what they had returning, and they're, I can't figure out where they're at. They're just on paper, they're a really good team. And of course that drive is awful. We're really going to have to make sure we're focused when we show up. We're going to have to play tough, and they, hopefully they'll keep playing like they have been. They've been struggling a little bit, and hopefully they won't wake up till after we get done.
And of course, Coach, it's always going to be tough. That's one of the tougher gyms. If you've ever been there, it's one of the tougher gyms in the country.
Yeah, it's like Death Valley down there, but hopefully hopefully we'll show up ready to play and play 4 quarters. And, we're just going one game at a time here. And, hopefully we'll take care of Oneida tomorrow night, and then we'll move on to Cannon.
Well, Coach, you got 2 of the toughest gyms to go to in the area. Like I said, Oneida's another one of those tough ones. But congratulations on a huge win here tonight, and best of luck tomorrow night as you head over to Oneida.
Right.
And that was Coach Michael Green, whose girls win here tonight and beat DeKalb County and keep that heat on for one of those top spots in the district as they beat DeKalb County here tonight. It's halftime of this boys game, and at the half, it is York on top by a score of 30-16. It was Noah Smith with 5 points, 13 for Roger Meadows, 6 in the game for Nick Smith, 4 in the game for Jonathan Headings. For DeKalb, they got 4 points for Evan Jones, 3 for Dakota White, 2 for Elisha Ramos, 5 in the game for Dallas Cook, and 2 for Lucas Hale in that first half. York outscored DeKalb County 12-7 in that first quarter. Actually, DeKalb County got all 7 of their points with under a minute to go. They got under a minute and a half to go in that first quarter. They got all 7 of their points in that one. York outscored them 12-7. Then it was York outscoring them 18-9 in the second quarter and lead 30-16 here at the half. So a big lead for York here at the half as they lead DeKalb County 30-16. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back in just a few minutes for more from York Institute. Second half on the way.
Are you looking for a dealership that is big on honesty and integrity? Are you looking for a dealership that treats you like family? Or maybe you're just looking for the best deal. Well, folks, look no further. Hello, everyone. This is Melissa Sells. My husband, Derek, and I would like to invite you to the all-new Showtime Ford in Wartburg. Yes, we know it's 2020, but we have some leftover 219 units that just need to go, like a new 219 Ford Expedition with discounts up to $12,000, or a 219 Ford Escape with up to $6,000 off. And if it's an Edge you're looking for, we have savings of $7,500. And let's not forget about America's best-selling truck, the Ford F-150, with discounts up to $7,000. Here at Showtime Ford, we offer award-winning parts and service department with knowledgeable staff ready to handle all of your parts and service needs. Remember, folks, if you're looking for a car, we're the best by far. Need a truck? We can hook you up. So come on by the all-new Showtime Ford. Give us a call at 1-877-NEW-FORD or visit us online at ShowtimeFord.com.
We're getting set for the second half to get underway. York with a 14-point bumper as we start the second half. Coming out for DeKalb County, they got Antoniak, they got Young, Jones, Cook, and White for the Dragons. I'm assuming they'll come back with their starters of the Smith brothers, Meadows, Cooper, and Headings. And that is the deal. As DeKalb County be moving right to left, they'll have the ball to start this second half. Putting it in play will be Young. Young will work it in. You got Young, Cook, White, Jones, and Antoniak. As Young with the basketball crossing the timeline. Young with the ball, gives it over now to White. White around the right side, looking inside, nowhere to go. Sends it back out front to Cook, back to White. White with the ball over to Antoniak. Now they'll give it off this time to Jones. Jones to Cook. Cook going to spin in the lane and travels with it. Cook lost his footing, spins and falls, and it goes back to York on the turnover. York with the ball, and now some full court pressure by the Tigers. And they're going to get some clean the floor up here as a little moisture on the floor. Congratulations to Noah Smith. He passed the 1,000-point, or made the 1,000-point club at Watertown. Congratulations to Roger Meadows tonight making the 1,000-point club. Congratulations. Only the second time 2 members of the same class have been on the 1,000-point club, and now we're number 18 and 19 on the overall list. Smith with the ball, long pass up to Meadows. Meadows in the front court, and he's going to be fouled by Young. Young reaching the hack and slap, picks up the foul. It'll be Smith to bring it in over the far side. Nick Smith, that is. Nick will give it into Headings. Headings going to get right back to Nick Smith. Nick will back it around the top of the key. Nick with the ball goes over to Meadows, back to Nick. Off now to Cooper. Cooper inside to Meadows. Meadows a turnaround jumper. Good. Roger Meadows with 2 more. And back the other way now will come White with the basketball. White across the timeline. White to the right side, dumps it underneath. Good move by Antoniak, lays it up and in. Antoniak gets 2. Jennings coming back. Now the ball goes over to Cooper. Cooper off to Meadows. Meadows over to Noah Smith. He'll fire the 3. No good. Rebound, John Headings gets it out. Jonathan Headings gives it over to Cooper. Good job by Headings. Now to Nick Smith, off to Meadows, down to Cooper. Cooper with the ball back over now to Meadows. Meadows off to Smith. Smith with the ball inside to Headings. Headings over to Cooper. Cooper for a 3, no good. Rebound pulled by DeKalb County. DeKalb County with the basketball. Young gives it over to White, and White will walk it across the timeline. White with the basketball. Goes right side. White back up front now to Cook. Off to White. White looking to drive. White's going to put it up, blocked by Noah Smith and knocked out of bounds by DeKalb County's Antoniak. Jennings will come in. Headings will sit down. 6:08 left to go here in quarter. And it will be York basketball. They'll lob it in to Meadows. Meadows cross courts it over to Smith. Now down to Cooper. Cooper going to drive. Has his shot blocked. Coming away with it, Antoniak. Antoniak gives it up to White, and White will bring it up. York by 14. Jenkins with the ball. Gives it over now to, that's 25 with the jump shot. Antoniak with the 3 ball. Headings going to come back in here in a minute. It's back now to an 11-point game. York with the ball and the lead. They'll send it over to Meadows. Meadows inside to Noah Smith. He'll drive and go off the glass and good. Noah Smith now with 7. The Dragons with a 13-point advantage. 5:20 to go in the third. Ball goes over right side as Jenkins is going to drive the lane, and Jenkins misses his shot. Rebound is by Smith. Smith in the front court, goes inside to Noah Smith. He'll spin, little jumper, good. Noah Smith in that low is almost automatic. York up now by 15. Over to Jenkins. Jenkins with the basketball. Jenkins down in the corner now to White. White up to Antoniak. Off to Jenkins. Jenkins will give it over to Smith. Or make it Young. Young going to drive in, give it out to Antoniak. Now off to White. Quickly down the corner to Jenkins for a 3. Short. Rebound on the floor, and it's rolled out to White. White's going to drive the baseline. Almost has it taken away, but comes back out with it. Gives it to Young. Young looks inside for Cook. They're working it to Cook. Cook with the ball. Spins, goes up with a jump hook. Way off the mark, as that one a little bit out of control by Dallas Cook. And it's a 15-point lead for York, and York with the basketball. Meadows over now to Jennings. Jennings back over to Meadows. Headings waiting to come in. They'll go inside to Cooper. Cooper off to Smith. Smith up good, and he's fouled. Noah with 2 more, and Dallas Cook going to find foul number 3. That'll bring Jones back in. Headings going to come in, and Jennings will come right back out. 4 minutes exactly left to go here in quarter number 3, and York up now by 17. Ramos getting ready to come back in. Ramos will check in. Out will come Antoniak. At the line will be Noah Smith for the and 1. And he missed it. Roll off. No good. Rebound is by DeKalb County. Front court will come Hale, who just checked in. Hale over now to Jenkins. Jenkins to Ramos. Back to White. White with the ball. White looking to drive. Gives it over instead to Jenkins for a 3. Short. Long rebound ran down this time by Smith. Nick Smith with the ball in the corner. Going to bring it out. Long pass over to Meadows. Meadows baseline. Goes up front to Cooper. Cooper with the ball back over to Smith. Smith with the ball. Smith works it over to Meadows for a 3. No good. Long rebound. We're going to have a foul inside. I believe that's going to go against Nick. It will. Nick Smith going to pick up his first of the ball game. That's only the 3rd foul called on York tonight. first of the second half. Cab County will work it up. They'll give it in to Ramos, and Ramos will walk it up. Ramos with the basketball. Ramos against Headings, works around, gives it off to White. White over now to Hale. Hale drives the baseline, puts up the jumper, no good. Rebound, we're going to have a foul on Dekalb County. And that'll go against Jones. Evan Jones first of the ball game. That's the first foul of the second, or third foul of the second half for DeKalb County. They have 5 total on the night. 3 minutes left to go in the third. Ball goes over now to Headings. Down in the corner to Smith. Smith with the ball back up to Headings. Headings over to Smith. Nick for a three. Good. St. Nick delivers. He's got 9 on the night. York up now by 20. They'll work it over this time. Jenkins goes underneath to Jones, and Jones is going to be fouled by Nick Smith. Nick's going to pick up his second quick one. And that'll send Jones to the charity stripe. Evan Jones will have a pair of them here. Munoz getting ready to come back in. At the line, Jones, 2:38 to go in the third. York by 20. By 19, as Jones hits the front end. He's got a nickel on the night. Munoz going to replace White. Jones will go back to the line for one more. He's got 5 on the night, looking for number 6. Free throw is good. He hits both ends of it. It's an 18-point lead now for York. They'll work it up to Nick Smith, over to Meadows. Meadows in the front court. Meadows down to Cooper. Cooper back up to Meadows. Over to Smith. Nick with the ball. Gives it off to Meadows. Meadows now to Headings. Headings down low to Nick Smith. Nick Smith goes inside, knocked away, but Headings comes up with it. Goes up and scores. Big John with 2 more. That's back to a 20-point ball game. Ball goes over to Jenkins. Jenkins looks, lobs it in to Jones. Knocked away. We're going to have a foul, I believe, on Cooper. Cooper lost his balance and kind of fell back into the player and picks up the foul. Jones not shooting, though. It's going to be a inbounds play from the end line. And now they're looking for somebody to bring it in to throw it out front to Munoz. Munoz gives it up now to Ramos. Ramos over to Hale. Hale's going to drive in, take the little short jumper. Good. Hale's got 4 on the night, and we got a timeout called by DeKalb County. Timeout on the floor. $1:53 left to go in the third. It's 43-25. York.
Ventures Farmers Co-op, your local hometown store, proudly supporting our hometown Buffaloes and Dragons. Co-op wishes you a winning season, one game at a time. Co-op, your first choice for farm, home, lawn and garden, and a gift shop for giving and decorating needs. Co-op, serving this area for 70 years with quality products. That's your Co-op, located just 2 miles south of Jamestown.
Back here at York Institute, just got a final in. Congratulations to the Clark Range Buffaloes. The Buffaloes picked up their first district win of the season tonight. They beat Jackson County 57-53. Clark Range picks up its first district win of the season with a win over Jackson County tonight out at Clark Range. Clark Range girls tonight roll by a final of 70-24, and Pickett County girls edged Trousdale County a lot closer than we thought, 64-56 in that one. So 64-56, the final. Pickett County winning that one. But a big win for the Clark Range boys. Congratulations to them. 57-53. The Buffaloes pick up their first district win, now 1-8 on the season. York with the basketball, trying to keep up at the top of the District 8AA race with a lead now of 18. Now Headings drives in, puts up, gets his own rebound, goes back up and scores. Big John with 2 more. He's got 8 on the night. And York now back up by 20. 90 seconds left to go in the quarter. Munoz with the ball. Munoz now takes it over to Ramos. Ramos with it. Drives in, tries to make a no-look pass, but is knocked away by the Dragons. But he was lucky enough to get it back with 75 seconds to go. It's 45-25. Munoz, a little jumper, no good. Rebound, Riley Cooper. Out now to Headings. Headings with the basketball. Headings got the step, and Headings going to be fouled. Headings tried to go the left hand. Couldn't get it to go, and Hale's going to pick up the foul. John Headings will go to the line. Jonathan's got 8 on the night, looking for double digits with these. 45-25. And that first one's short, no good. White re-enters, and out will come Jenkins. Looks like Cook's coming back in. Cook will check in. Jones will check out. Cook with 3 fouls in this game. Headings got 1 more. He's got 8 points on the night, looking for 9. Missed the second one. Rebound. We're going to have, I believe, Headings going over the back trying to get it. And out will come Headings. He'll pick up his first foul, and Jennings will come in. John Headings with 8 points on the night. York with a 20-point lead and 52 seconds to play in the third. Congratulations to the Clark Range boys. They win tonight 57-53. Big win for the Buffaloes tonight. York leading here in this one by 20 with just over a quarter left to go in. This is a big one for York. York trying to stay 1 game behind Upperman with a matchup with Upperman next Friday night. With the ball now is White. White looks 3, now gives it off instead to Hale. Hale with the ball. Hale's going to drive in, sends it out to Munoz. Munoz with the basketball. Munoz takes it all the way in, nowhere to go. Munoz at about 4 feet tall, took it in the land of the trees. He had nowhere to go with it. Now firing up the jumper was Ramos, and that one missing to the right. 45 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. York may go for the last shot of the quarter. Meadows with the ball, comes around the pick, drives over. Meadows going to drive, and they're going to get him for traveling. They say Meadows turns it over. And back will come DeKalb County with the basketball, trailing by 20. York looking to improve in the district. They'll work it down now to Ramos. Ramos back up front to Munoz. Knocked away, but Ramos gets it back. Ramos drives in. Now sends it out to White. White with the basketball. Gives it up to Hale, and Hale will back it out. Hale with the basketball. Works it down and drives the lane and scores. Lucas Hale with 6 on the night. York with the ball, 9 seconds. Smith up quickly. Almost loses it. Gets it over to Jennings. Jennings back up to Smith. Nick Smith with the ball. Over to Noah. Noah launching at the buzzer. No good. We're through 3. In the 3, it's York 45, DeKalb County 27.
Whether you're competing on the athletic field or working hard in the classroom, remember you have the support of First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. We're behind you 100% of the way. Good luck to all the area teams. Play tough and play fair. And remember, when it comes to helping you with your banking needs, we're First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And now over and over, it's First Volunteer for you.
At the first of each year, many insurance companies will send out letters trying to direct customers to a preferred pharmacy, especially the chain pharmacies. Pharmacies pay to get their names on these letters and in turn then make the money back with insurance copays and gimmicks that negatively affect the consumer. At Hall Family Pharmacy, we put a lot of effort into helping our patients find the best insurance plan for them and budgeting their medical expenses each year. Don't be a number at a big pharmacy. Be part of our family. Choose Hall Family Pharmacy. We are proud to be a preferred hometown pharmacy. Come see us today at our locations in Jamestown or Clark Range.
Final frame of this one, York with a 18-point advantage as we head in this final frame. They'll bring it up the floor with leading by 18. York looking to become or keep in the run top of the district race. As with the basketball is Smith. Noah Smith going to drive down lane, spins, puts up the little fall away, no good. Rebound taken away by White. White with the basketball. White going to bring it into front court. White with the ball gives it up to Munoz. Munoz off to Hale. Hale for a 3, no good. Rebound is by Meadows. Meadows with the basketball. Meadows going to push it up. Meadows gets it down low to Headings. Headings a little turnaround jumper, good. John Headings with 10 on the night now. Back the other way now will come DeKalb County's White with the basketball. Drops it low to Cook. Cook looking to spin, take it up, puts a little fall-away jumper, good. Dallas Cook with 7 on the night now. York with the basketball and the lead. Long pass up to Headings. Headings going to drive in, send it over to Jennings. Jennings will drive in, takes it up and under for 2. Nice move by Jacob Jennings. Jennings with 2 on the night, and York starting to pull this one away now. DeKalb County does not enough weapons. Hale driving. Hale put it up again. No good. Rebound by Nick Smith. York by 20. Nick in the front court. St. Nick traveled with it. He started to pass out. Somebody stepped in front of Meadows, and when he did, he drug his foot. And DeKalb County will have the ball now. York will be at Oneida tomorrow night. York beat Oneida up here the last time these two teams met. I don't think Oneida played tonight. I might be wrong. I don't think Oneida had a game tonight. Hale with the basketball over to Munoz. Munoz drops it low to Young. Young out to Hale. Hale with the basketball. Leaves it for White. White to the left side, gives it to Young. Young a 3. No good. Rebound followed up by Jones is good. Evan Jones with 2, and the Dragons lead cut now to 18. It'll be Noah Smith in the front court. Noah with the basketball down low to Jennings. Jennings back up front to Meadows. Meadows with the basketball. Meadows going to take the 3. No good. Rebound knocked loose, and Jones comes up with it. Jones with the basketball. DeKalb County got to make a run at it if they're going to. They're trailing by 18 with 5.5 minutes to go in the ball game. And Young will try to start it, but that one rims out. Rebound Jones, and Jones is going to be fouled. And who's going to whistle that one against? It's going to go against Noah. Noah Smith second. Cooper going to come back in. Riley will check back in the game. Riley been held scoreless tonight.
At the line for DeKalb County, number 20.
York's got 3 in double digits. You got Noah Smith, Roger Meadows, and John Headings. John Headings has 10 on the night. At the line is Cook. I'll make that Jones at the line. Evan Jones has 8 points, and he missed the front end of it, so he doesn't get 9. He can get his 9th with this one. Back of the line. Antoniak getting ready to come in. Second one good. 1 out of 2, and Antoniak returns, takes out Munoz. And back in the game will be Cooper. Out will go Jennings. York with the basketball. Meadows over to Smith. Noah with the basketball. Out to Meadows. Meadows with the ball. Meadows over now to Smith. Smith off to Noah Smith. Noah's going to drive, puts up the runner. Good. Noah's got 13 on the night. As with the basketball now is Hale. Hale over to White. White for a 3 ball. Good. White's second 3 ball of the night. And it's back now to a 16-point game. Now Meadows will drive, and Meadows will score, and he's fouled. Roger that. Picks up a 2, and will go to the line, and that will go against 21 Jordan Young. And going to the line will be Roger Meadows for the natural 3. Fires, hits. 54-35, York by 19. As across the timeline will come Hale. Hale with the basketball. Gives it over to White. White down into Young. Young off in the corner to Antoniak for a 3. No good. Rebound Meadows. Meadows going to bring it. Roger with the basketball in the front court. Meadows kicks it up to Cooper. Cooper off to Nick Smith. Nick will drive in. Fire the jumper. No good. Rebound Noah. Noah Smith with the ball. Stops. Now he'll step back and pop. No good. Tipped up and in by Cooper. Riley just volleyball tipped that one in. And the Dragons have their biggest lead of the night. York by 21. Hale in the front court, goes left side, this down to White. White for another three. White starting to light it up. Coming in now will be Strong for York. Isaiah Strong will come in after the timeout. Timeout on the floor, just under 4 minutes to play. It's 56-38, York.
Don't sweat the cold this winter. Carrier has a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable this season without burning your budget. With smart temperature management and remote access options, it's easier than ever to control your home's climate and reduce utility bills without sacrificing comfort. For more complete comfort and greater peace of mind,
State Representative John Mark Wendell is happy to be a supporter of the Fentress County sports programs. Participating in sports enables our young people to learn responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship, as well as promoting physical fitness. Also, John Mark Wendell is grateful for the opportunity to serve as your state representative and encourages you to contact him or his staff anytime that he can be of assistance. The very best to the Fentress County sports teams for a successful season is the message from State Representative John Mark Wendell.
As we get back to action, York with the basketball. It'll be Strong. Well, actually, not coming in. I thought ball was coming in, but not coming in. It's Strong's in the game now. Isaiah Strong over here on the right side. Ball goes down low to Noah Smith. Noah with the basketball. Drives down, turnaround jumper. No good. Rebound. Going to have a foul over the back on Cook, I believe. Dallas Cook's got his fourth. Now Sawyer Baldwin will come in the ball game. Baldwin in for the first time tonight. Now we'll go Noah Smith. Big game for Noah. Ball comes into Nick Smith. Down low to Baldwin. Baldwin, or I should say not to Baldwin, but to Meadows. Meadows for a three. No good. Rebound taken away by Cook. Cook going to outlet quickly. Cook up to Young. Young with the ball. Munoz getting ready to come in. Also, Jenkins getting ready to come back in. Now firing up the three is Young. Young makes it a 15-point ball game. 3 minutes to go here in regulation. You're getting Strong and Baldwin in the ball game. They'll work it out front. Meadows with the ball, guarded by White. Gives it over to Strong, back to Meadows. Meadows going to drive down, give it to Nick Smith. Nick with the ball. Nick backs it out. 56-41 your score. Gives it over to Strong. Strong with the basketball, working out front. Gives it out to Cooper. Riley with the basketball. Riley gives it over now to Nick Smith. Nick with the basketball. 2:25 left to go in the quarter. They'll give it over to Baldwin. Baldwin with the basketball. Baldwin's going to drive in, loses the basketball. Taken away by Cook. Cook trying to get it out, does. Gets it over to White, and White will bring it. White, long pass up to Hale. Hale for a three. No good. Rebound Meadows. That could have cut it down to a 12-point ball game with 2 minutes to go, but he missed that one, so it's still 15. Meadows over to Cooper. Back to Meadows. Meadows going to drive all the way to Rag. The finger roll is good. Meadows got 20 on the night. And coming in now for York will be Blaine Young and number 25, Hunter Rich, as driving. We'll have a foul on York. That's going to be on Nick Smith. He's going to pick up his third personal. And Caden Buck going to come in the ball game. And now some of the younger kids starting to get some playing time for York. And I think some of DeKalb County's got Agee in the ball game and Brown in the ball game. Ball's brought in, knocked away, stolen by Rich. Good hands by Rich. Rich with the basketball, gives it over to York, and Blaine York will bring it on the run. Blaine York against Munoz, gets into front court, gives it over to Rich. Rich will stop and pop. No good. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of DeKalb County. Rich almost had the basket. Just rimmed out on Hunter. York works it in. Lobs it into Rich. Rich goes up and he's fouled by Munoz. Munoz going to pick up the personal. That's his first of the ball game. At the line, Hunter Rich. Free throw, good. Hunter gets that shooter's hop. Has one more. No good. Rebound, foul 4, and it's on the floor. And tying it up, Caden Buck and number 13 for the Tigers. I don't have his name on here. He is Brown, I believe. Yeah, 13 is Brown. Back the other way with the basketball comes Jenkins. Jenkins with the ball. Gives it over to Crook. Crook with the ball. Back out front now to Munoz. Munoz with the ball. Drives in, and he walked with it, but no call. Ball's going to be knocked away. Agee comes up with it. Agee sends it out now to Crook. 65 seconds left to go in this one. Ball goes inside to Jenkins. No good. Rebound to Rich, and Rich has it knocked away, and it's saved in to Agee. Agee going to drive down, lose it, taken away by Strong. Strong with the steal, and here comes York. York with the basketball. They'll work it down the court to York. York will put it up, no good. Rebound Buck. Buck with the basketball. Has it knocked away, taken away. Munoz comes up with it. Munoz gives it up into front court. And to Jenkins. Jenkins with the ball. Jenkins has now Ray, Jones, and Birmingham coming in for the Tigers. And we don't have them on our roster. We didn't have them on our roster, so I don't have them on the scorebook, but luckily they got their names on the back of their jerseys. As it will be DeKalb County's to work in with 34 seconds. York going to win this one. Going to improve to 15-5, 7-1 in district play. They'll lob it in this time to Brown. Brown looking for some room. Has it knocked away. Good hands by Caden Buck. They'll get it off to Ray. Ray goes up, and Ray's going to be fouled by Rich. Hunter Rich is going to have foul number 1. At the line, number 34, Ray. Free throw good. Oh, I've got him up here already. 34 is Rylan Ray. He hits both ends of it. Rylan Ray hits both ends of it. And it's a 16-point lead for York with 20 seconds to go. York with the basketball. Blaine with it. Working out front. Drives in, backs out. Now drives around, drives the lane, puts up the little floater. Good. Blaine York with 2 more. 61-43. Brown long pass up into front court, throws it away with 2.5 seconds to go. And that's probably going to be your final score. I can imagine it'll just be brought in, and that'll end it. Blaine York will hold it, and that'll end it. York wins it. York sweeps DeKalb County tonight, 61-43. York boys taking the second game. The girls taking the first one. And it was York sweeping DeKalb County. Time now for the Progressive Postgame Show. Don't go away. We'll be back to take a look at this one right after this.
Cheer this year for all our school teams and activities. Get behind our local schools. Join the parent-teachers group and help improve the quality of education. Sponsor school activities. Go to a ball game, hear a concert, reach higher. Progressive Savings Bank, insured by FDIC.
Everything we do, it's true. We do for you.
Back here where York sweeps this one from DeKalb County. The girls winning tonight 57-48. The boys 61-34. We'll take a look at the scoring in this one in just a moment. But first, let me remind you that York on the road tomorrow night to Oneida, as York will play at Oneida tomorrow night. And we'll take a look at some of the scoring here in just a moment. I'm not going to quite figure it up, but we'll get it here in just a second. Okay, scoring for York, they got 20 from Roger Meadows, 13 for Noah Smith, 9 for Nick Smith, 2 in the game for Riley Cooper, 10 for John Headings, 2 for Jacob Jennings, 1 for Hunter Rich, and 2 for Blaine York in the game. DeKalb County got 9 each from Evan Jones and Dakota White, 7 in the game for Dallas Cook, 5 for Braden Antoniak, 4 for Lucas Hale, 3 for Jordan Young, and 2 in the game for Elijah Ramos and Rylan Ray. So York wins both of them here tonight by a final of 61-43 in the boys' game and 57-48 in the girls' game. Clark Range swept the Jackson County Knight girls, winning 70-24, and the boys winning 57-53. Pickett County girls win tonight over Trousdale County 64-56. Let's take another timeout. We'll be back to talk more in just a moment.
Cheer this year for all our school teams and activities. Get behind our local schools. Join the parent-teachers group and help improve the quality of education. Sponsor school activities. Go to a ball game, hear a concert, reach higher. Progressive Savings Bank, insured by FDIC.
Everything we do, it's true. We do for you.
Back here at York, where the Dragons and Lady Dragons win tonight. Now the Lady Dragons and Dragons on the road tomorrow night. They'll be over at Oneida. That will tip off at 6 o'clock. Clark Range will be in action tomorrow night out at Clark Range. Stone Memorial coming to town. That's number 2 in Class Single A girls versus number 7 in Class AAA. So that should be a humdinger. And the Clark Range boys will big win tonight. We'll take on Stone tomorrow night as well. Now, our next live broadcast will be on Tuesday night, as we will be at Clay County for Clark Range and Clay County. That's a big district game. The next Friday night, we'll be right back here at York for York and Upperman. Now, you talk about 2 big nights of district basketball action. That will be 2 of them, and we'll have that coming up this next week. Let's take a final time out from Progressive Savings Bank, and we'll be back to talk about this just a little bit more.
Cheer this year for all our school teams and activities. Get behind our local schools. Join the parent-teachers group and help improve the quality of education. Sponsor school activities. Go to a ball game, hear a concert, reach higher. Progressive Savings Bank, insured by FDIC.
Everything we do, it's true. We do for you.
York wins it here tonight, and we see Coach Russell Tays making his way over here, so we'll get a quick word with him, and then we will give you our Halls Family Pharmacy player of the game in just a moment. But first, let's talk now with Coach Russell Tays. As Coach Tays, Coach, your team tonight got off to a good start and just kept it rolling.
Yeah, good night for us tonight. I thought our guys came out really focused and played 4 quarters. We made some little glitches here and there, but I'm real pleased with how we, our intensity and our effort, and everybody got in there. That's the way it's got to be for the remainder of our district games, and that this was a big one here to get at home tonight, and so just a good job all around by our guys.
Coach, you mentioned the big district game. You got to protect your house, and this was a big win here tonight because that keeps you in the hunt for that top spot.
Yeah, makes us think 7-1, something like that, and got a big one Tuesday night at Cannon. I think that's going to be a test of our character, test of our team. Cannon's just got a good group, been playing pretty well, and they play well at home, so it's going to be a good test for us going down there.
Coach, before you got that, you got tomorrow night, you got Oneida, and the farther east you go, the less whistles they blow, so you got to be ready for a tough one over there because they love to bang around.
Yeah, we're kind of anticipating a very physical ball game over there, and they got some good athletic kids that are strong, and so it'll be on their home floor. Close game here at home, with them, and we done a great job in the second half, and kind of opened the game up a little bit, and kind of finished well. But they're playing at home, and they've got a good group, and we gotta be ready to go, lace them up, and like I said, ready for a strong physical game is what I'm expecting.
Of course, I don't think they didn't play tonight, so they're going to come in there a little fresh as well.
Yeah, they'll have the upper hand on us. So we've got to get our kids home tonight, and we got them ice bathing right now, and get them home, and give them a good night's rest, and get up tomorrow, get them a good meal, and and like I said, it's one of those tests that we've had several times this year where, we've played back-to-back. We played in a tournament up here at home, 3 nights in a row, and I thought the kids really responded well and showed some toughness, and that's what we got to do tomorrow. It's going to be a tough situation. It's going to be, going into an environment that's going to be tough, and don't know what the officiating is going to be like, and it's going to be a test for us, and kind of see what we're made of, and see what kind of character we got, and so it's going to be a good challenge for us.
You mentioned Cannon County earlier. A win by Cannon County, their place jumps them up into a tie with you guys for the number 2 spot. So that's big. And for you guys to have a shot at number 1, it's one you guys really need to win.
Yeah, it's going to be a big game. I mean, there's no doubt about it. They play well at home, and it's a long road trip for us. And it's just one of those games that, we didn't look very good at Watertown on Tuesday night. We can't go to Cannon County like that, We've got to go down there ready to play, a little chip on our shoulders, and, ready to execute and do what we do, and everybody be focused and playing as a group. We play as a group. I feel really good about our chances with anybody we play. But we got to be focused, and we got to be honed in on what we're doing.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you for joining us. Congratulations on a huge win here tonight. Looking forward to tomorrow night.
Okay, Gary.
And that was Coach Russell Tays, whose Dragons to win tonight and take a big district win over DeKalb County tonight. Folks, it's time now for the Halls Family Pharmacy Player of the Game. We'll take this time out for Halls Family Pharmacy, and we'll be back with our Halls Players of the Game right after this.
Hello, this is Philip Hall with Hall Family Pharmacy and Hall Sports and Outdoors. We are proud to sponsor this broadcast Player of the Game. Be a part of the winning team. Halls is proud to be this area's #1 pharmacy, and now you may visit our expansion in downtown Jamestown for all things sports and outdoors and a complete line of sports medicine equipment.
Back here with our Halls Family Pharmacy Players of the Game. We're going to go in the girls' game. We're going to go to the one that put up 11 points in the fourth quarter and pulled that one out. And the Lady Dragons came away with a huge win thanks to the scoring of one Michaela Reagan. The Rock is our player of the game. He ended up with 13 points, had 11 in that fourth quarter that helped pull out and give York that buffer and the win. Now in the boys' contest, we're going to go with our 1,000-point club guys. Roger Meadows, he had 20, and Noah Smith had 13. Both of them receiving awards for reaching the 1,000-point club in their careers. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank Lydia on camera 1 for filming this, and we'll be showing this at a time to be announced later. That's going to wrap it up for us from here at York Institute tonight. Be with us on Tuesday night when we go on the road. It's Clark Range and Clay County in a huge District 7A matchup. Till then, see you at the game.